Catholics. They don't believe in abortion.
And patriarchal, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it makes complete sense.
Wow.
It's a very conservative thought process.
But now, not saying, certainly some people who voted for him are still with him, but some of them are like, what did I do?
Right. And then they still they're mad that it's happening to them. It's like, well, he said that only the criminals. Yeah, well, apparently all the brown and black people are criminals.
Right. I can't believe that a psychopath lied to me.
Right? I don't know why they think that he would tell you the truth. I don't know. I don't get it. I don't know.
Oh, man. I can't believe that a cat who's been convicted of 34 felonies would lead me astray. Woo! Yikes. Well, we'll see. But now it's every day it's something else, like it always is with this cat. But
right.
Now, particularly with the Epstein thing hanging over him, he's going to make sure to amp it up and ratchet everything up to keep people distracted.
Yeah.
And
it does, as much as I do, it's Thursday.
Right.
But it is starting to get a little harder every day to hear the things that are happening, because you had hoped it wouldn't get to certain points.
Yeah.
But apparently it is.
However bad you could imagine it to be, it could be that bad and worse.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Great.
Anyway. Hey, I tell you what, I'm leaving. And
my work here is done. I'll see you later.
Did you know of anyone, because I'd never heard this, like a lot of people when he got elected were talking about, man, I'm getting out of here. I'm out.
Yeah. I don't know them personally, but I know a couple people have left.
Do you know people that have left?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Like, I don't know them.
Right.
But I know they moved.
They bounced.
They left. They went to England.
Really?
I mean, they were white, so it was easy.
Okay. They went back to the motherland.
They did.
Yeah.
I mean, I wouldn't mind leaving, but I'm like, where am I going to go?
Where would you go? Where in the world have you been, if you couldn't be here, that you would go? I would love to live in Iceland. Really?
I've been there a few times.
Wait a minute.
I enjoy it.
Okay.
Except
it's called Iceland?
Yeah. Well, they have that thing where the sun comes out for days on end.
Oh, right. And
then there's night for days on end.
That would be cool to me.
It's cool. Yeah. It's a cool place. They pay really well because they know things that we don't apparently. Mm-hmm. But their water smells like eggs.
Smells like eggs?
It's sulfur, yeah. It's just a natural thing. Yeah, you're there in your shower and you're just like...
Something stinks.
Yeah.
Welcome to Iceland.
I don't know if I could get over that.
Yeah.
The egg smell.
What language do they speak? Icelandic? No.
Yes.
Icelandic?
I believe so.
Outlandish?
Icelandic.
See, now I'm ignorant. The listeners I don't have to tell the listeners.
We already knew that.
Yeah. But in relation to Denmark and
it's
Greenland and it's a Nordic country.
Yeah, it's dang. I couldn't tell you.
You go down 63rd.
There's a plane.
You make a right on Stony.
People know how to get there. Mm-hmm. I just get on the plane that says go to Iceland.
How long did it take you?
It's about 7-8 hours, something like that.
That's not so bad.
It's not bad.
Yeah.
It's tiny. Mm-hmm. The entire country, you could go around it. You could drive around it in 24 hours.
Oh, wow.
I believe.
Mm-hmm. Iceland. Okay. I thought about it.
It's not bad. It's more the fact that they pay people really well. So when you do go there.
Pay you to do what, though?
Jobs.
Like any gig?
Yeah, they're all the minimum wage is really high.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So
But that's the problem. What am I going to do there? I don't think I don't have any overreaching skills that they'd be like, yeah, we need you here.
You could start Radio Free Iceland.
I think they got their own. I can't even speak Icelandic, so I'm out there.
You could play music or something. This is Esmeralda Leon, and this is the Bobby Bird and the Blackbirds.
I'm gonna hip them to.
Yeah.
I think they know.
Okay. All right, we got to take a break. Hey, everybody, I got to read. Do me a favor, E. Or do you want to read it? You read it about what stations we're on. Do you see that part?
That?
I think so.
Wow.
Yeah, that's it.
We're professionals here.
Yeah. Read that, please, E. That's the stations we're on.
Well, we're on Driving It Home with Patti Vasquez on WCPT, the Heartland Signal, and Alternative Talk 1150 KKNW in Seattle.
Yeah! And we'll be right back.
If cage walls could talk with Jody Whittaker.
Captain Paul Watson is a marine wildlife conservation and environmental activist.
And as his head rose out of the sea and his eye was there right before me, so close I could see my own reflection in that eye. That whale understood what we were trying to do because I could see the effort he made to pull himself back. And instead of crashing forward, he began to slide back to the sea as I disappeared beneath the surface and he died. He could have killed us and chose not to. So I owe my life to that whale.
If cage walls could talk, Saturdays at 5.
This is a WCPT Veteran Minute. During the Civil War, 11% of the Confederate Army was made up of enslaved men forced to join. One of these men was Robert Smalls. Smalls was a deckhand on the Confederate supply ship known as the Planter. During his time, Smalls learned as much as he could about navigating the ship so he and others could escape. And on May 13th of 1862, while officers were sleeping, Smalls, along with 16 others, took the Planter out of the Charleston harbor, navigating through all 5 checkpoints while heading to open waters looking for the Union blockade. Smalls raised a white flag of surrender, letting Union soldiers board the ship, giving them guns, ammo, and documents about planned Confederate attacks. Being a wealth of information, Smalls was given the role of the Union Navy captain. Stories like Smalls are one of the many factors convincing President Lincoln to allow free African Americans to serve in the Union Army. This has been a WCPT Veteran Minute.
WCPT 820, Chicago's progressive talk, where facts matter.
If you're listening to this station right now, you've definitely heard my voice before. Hi, I'm Hawk.
And I'm Pete. And we're with Source Solar, your local source for solar. Source Solar is Chicagoland's premier solar installer, providing solutions for over 1,000 homeowners and business owners across Illinois and Iowa.
With over a decade of industry experience and deep roots here in Chicago, we have the expertise to help your transition to clean, renewable, resilient energy.
We can guarantee that we save you money day one without any out-of-pocket cost to you. This means you have an instant ROI, instant payback, and can save money to add to your bottom line day one.
At Source Solar, we source everything as local as possible, meaning we always carry the Made in USA sticker.
Find us online at www.source.solar. Stop in our office at 5710 North Northwest Highway or give us a call at 773-985-3992.
And don't forget to ask for Hawk
or Pete.
You're listening to Driving It Home with Patti Vasquez.
Hey, everybody. Welcome back to Driving It Home with Patti Vasquez. I'm Dwayne Kennedy with
Esmeralda Leon.
And
Lady B.
Yeah, man, you have no idea. If they were not here, this show would be a disaster.
Aw.
Yeah, man.
That makes you feel special.
You know?
Thanks.
Yeah, if it wasn't, yeah, you get it. you saw me in action. You know what's going on. But we know what we forgot to mention, or should we mention, that this month is
it national?
No.
What is it?
The Heritage.
Yeah, but Hispanic Heritage Month?
something.
Is that the full exact title? Okay.
Latino Heritage Month, Hispanic Heritage Month, Latino Hispanic Heritage Month.
I don't know.
Good.
Like I said, I celebrate all year, so
right.
the 1 month doesn't.
Right. And then here's the thing about that. I think it started like this. It starts in the middle of the month and then goes into the next month.
Is that right?
I
think it's because there's a few Independence Days in September
that they try to fold it all in.
Yeah,
I thought it's because Latinos work so hard that they just work through
into the next month. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Mexico's was a few days ago. On the 16th.
And I saw the Mexican flags. Okay. And then what's next?
Guatemala and Ecuador celebrated, I think, a few days before that.
Okay.
El Salvador as well.
Okay.
I don't know who else. I only know because because I live in Albany Park, and in Albany Park, there's a huge Central American population. Yeah, so they do the Guatemalan. They kind of roll it all into one. The Guatemalan, Salvadorian, Ecuadorian parade down my street.
Lot of Dorians.
Yes, lots of Dorians.
Okay, and then what else? What about Panama? And they're in there somewhere?
I don't know.
Not this month?
Not this month. They didn't know.
They were a couple months ago, I think.
Oh, really? So they kind of separate, have their own thing?
No. Theirs is November 3rd. Wait, they have two Independence Days.
Okay.
One's November 3rd, and then the other one is November 28th.
Okay, so one is we were free, and then the next one is we're really free.
It's from different places.
Okay.
So November 3rd is they separated from Colombia in 1903, and then the 28th they're celebrating independence from Spain in 1821.
Okay, and then
Lady B, I like how you're nodding as if you're like, oh, that's right.
Right.
But,
You're
but
correct.
You know what? Monday, September 15th, started the National Hispanic Heritage Month.
Yes.
It goes out through October 15th.
Oh, okay. Why is it? I wonder why they start late in the month.
You know.
And not just go, hey, let's start the 1st.
Yeah.
What is that?
They got to get all revved up.
I guess.
Yeah. They got to get all the necessary things to celebrate.
All the piñatas and the...
Yeah, you got to do the shopping and then...
That's right. You know what? You're right.
Yeah.
You got to do the shopping. You got to do the decorating.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then on the 15th.
Boom.
Yeah.
We kick it off. When are they going to finally celebrate being independent from Chicago?
Never.
From this lunatic.
Oh, well, yeah.
That's what I want to celebrate. Oh, man. And when is Puerto Rico? When is...
Well, that's in
June.
That was in June? Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that did. Usually the parade, it's in the summer.
Oh, yeah. I came up one day. I was having to come to I was driving somewhere and I saw the parade. Like, oh, man.
I think it fell on the 12th.
Okay. Wow. So many people, man. So many places. So many. That's cool, man.
So many places separating themselves from their colonizers.
Well, that's.
I mean, that's why they're Independence Day.
When is national freedom from white folks?
They're having to fight against somebody who is taken over.
Well,
this is all that is.
Well, for as long as it can be until the lunatic gets a hold of that. Because, earlier this year, a friend of mine, my friend W. Kamau Bell, you ever heard of him?
I have, yeah.
Okay. And I've been touring with him.
Nice.
And we did a show at what used to be the Kennedy Center.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
How was that?
It was great. It was great. We did it 2 days after Trump said he was going to take it over.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so was there anything in the air at the time? Like when you get there and you're kind of feeling it out, like just business as usual, or was there kind of an air about something?
Yeah, it was excitement and anticipation. It was sold out. It was like 1,500 people. So everybody came, and then they did what was it? A protest for transgender rights outside of the venue. Kamau went out and spoke to the folks for a minute. Yeah, and it was great. But again, this was 2 days after Trump had declared he was going to become the cruise director for the, oh boy.
And there wasn't any, like, we're going to cancel your show.
No, but a number of people, once he declared that, Issa Rae.
Yeah, I did see that.
Yeah, she canceled her appearance. And then Grey's Anatomy. What's, what I'm talking about? Oh, man. Shonda Rhimes.
Oh, okay, yes.
She resigned from the board that she was on.
Okay, yeah.
So Kamau, some people were saying, well, how come you don't cancel?
Right, yeah. What was the thought?
Because he was committed. I think, and I don't want to speak for Kamau, I don't know, but it was almost as he was in transit, they were canceling. And so 1,500 people were there to see him.
Yeah.
So he didn't want to let them down, and he just, he thought it would be a better, more significant statement for him to actually do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we did it, and like I said, it was fine. I don't, And then
Did any of your material change?
no, I called him a psychopath like I always do. I opened with psychopath.
You're like, where is he?
Yeah,
Is he gonna
he's
come
a
out?
Psychopath. Yeah, I said psycho. Woo! No, they loved it. So
Oh, that's great.
yeah. But I mean, since then they've really put the stranglehold on it.
Oh no, I could imagine.
Yeah. 2 days in, he didn't have time to really wreck shop.
Right.
They
just had written the thingy and it was out.
Yes. But the morale even then was starting to get bad.
I mean, just declaring that he was taking over.
Why don't you try running the country?
Yeah,
You get
I
out
don't
of
understand
shop.
why he's busy with that.
You lunatic.
You got nothing else to do?
Apparently not.
Apparently not.
Apparently not. We got to go to break, Lady B? Okay, we got I just asked. You know what I mean? I'm not versed in
Is
the...
it break
in the-
time?
Yeah. We're going to go to a break, and we will be right back with...
What? What?
We'll be right back.
Yeah.
WCPT.
Oh, I see.
820 Heartland Signal and 1150 KKNW in Seattle.
You're listening to WCPT 820. Here's the latest Chicago weather update.
I'm meteorologist Ray Miller from the Weatherology Weather Center. Look for mainly clear skies tonight with a low temperature around 66 degrees. Friday, sunshine with a high temperature of 79 and light east winds becoming breezy in the afternoon. Saturday, chance of showers and storms with a high of 77. Sunday, chance of showers and storms with a high of 78. And for Monday, scattered showers and storms with a high temperature around 77 degrees. That's the latest Chicago weather update. Right now, it's 82.
This is Chicago's Progressive Talk, 820 AM, WCPT Willow Springs, and online at WCPT820.com, where facts matter.
Choose Views with Richard Chew.
I try to always put things as best I can in a positive light, even when I'm bringing the sledgehammer to the conversation, so that we can build up things that are going to be good for all of us. And so that's why sometimes will hear me say, you got to bring a sledgehammer to the party. Not literally, but bring a sledgehammer of thoughts and ideas so that ours don't die. We get to tear down theirs and build ours up.
Richard Chew, weekday mornings at 6 on WCPT 820. This is a WCPT 820 Heartland Signal News Minute.
His job is to defend us and protect and defend us, not declare war on us.
That's Illinois Senator Tammy Duckworth speaking on WCPT's Live, Local, and Progressive 3 days after President Donald Trump posted on his website Truth Social that Chicago was about to find out why the Department of Defense is called the Department of War, a reference to the executive order Trump signed last week rebranding the Pentagon the Department of War.
To the tune of $2 billion. That's what it's going to cost, by the way, to rename the DOD into the Department of War. Do I think that he'll try to activate National Guardsmen from other states, red states, and send them into Chicago? Yes. But we're not going to give him the satisfaction of being able to say that, these National Guardsmen will be doing anything other than what they're doing in D.C., which is picking up garbage.
For WCPT 820 and Heartland Signal, I'm Andy Miles.
This is WCPT 820, where facts matter.
Union Strong Chicago continues to lead the way with progressive values and in preserving democracy. Your support of the Minocqua Brewing Company Super PAC efforts in Wisconsin and beyond strengthens the fight against MAGA Republicans. You can now purchase progressive beers like Labor Lager, Love Wins Fruited Sour, and the Resistance IPA in Chicago at Rogers Park Provisions, Diversity Beer, Wine, and Spirits in Lakeview, Park West Liquor, Wine, and Beer in Lincoln Park, Logan Square Liquors, and Tip Top Food and Liquors in Westtown. Visit MinocquaBrewingCompany.com for all their Chicagoland locations. As always, no matter how bad our sports teams are, please drink responsibly.
Patti Vasquez is taking your calls now.
We need to speak out about this.
At 773-763-9278.
Hello.
It's Driving It Home with Patti Vasquez.
Hey, everybody. Welcome back to Driving It Home with Patti Vasquez. Sitting in for Patti is me, Dwayne Kennedy, and also I am with...
Esmeralda Leon.
And I am with...
Lady B.
Hey, thank you all for helping me out, because as you can see from the transitions and the throws, I am unsmooth. What are we doing now, Lady P? We're doing a radio show, Dwayne.
We're doing it live.
Yeah, we're doing
That's
it
what's
live.
happening.
But our diligent, ever on top of it producer here brought us a whole packet of information about
Hispanic Heritage Month.
Yeah, so
So we have more countries whose independence.
That need to
Let's
be
see, who
free
did
from
we
the white
miss?
man.
I mean,
Yeah.
that's what it is.
Why don't they just call the whole thing "White Man Off My Back" month?
Pretty
Year,
much. That's
life.
So the 15th, I had said El Salvador, Guatemala, Costa Rica,
that
Honduras.
was just about
Nicaragua.
Yeah.
The 15th.
Wow.
Lady B, did you think it was a different month? Yeah. Are you up on all your country's independences?
I thought I was.
Except Nicaragua.
Right.
That one blew you away.
What about Nicaragua? That'd be all right.
The 18th today.
Okay.
Chile.
And
then in a few days, Belize on the 21st.
Okay.
And that's all I got.
Belize like I Belize?
I always Belize.
You know? I knew a person from Belize. Okay, good. Man.
That's it?
That's it. Yeah. I met her in when I first moved to LA in years and years ago. She worked with anyway, yeah. That's it. You know,
you were about to go like on a whole journey.
Yeah. You know, I like to start stories that go nowhere. I like to start stories that make a left and go into a brick wall.
Nice.
Man. Oh, we have should we do a call?
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's. Jim? You want to talk to Jim?
Let's talk to Jim.
Yeah, hi, Dwayne, Esmeralda. I was going to mention healthcare, but real quick story about Iceland. My brother had a mishap there in a hotel bar. He spent the night in the hospital.
Oh.
But wait a minute. Here's the beauty of it. They checked it from head to toe, and in the morning they came in with a bill, $5.
Yeah, see?
That was the bill.
Mm-hmm.
$5 bill. But anyway, I was talking about healthcare in the United States. Think of what's going on today. You've got Kennedy with his line of quacks. They're going to decide on vaccinations, which they don't know a thing about.
Which, by the way, go get your COVID, go get your flu shots.
Well, of course. Yeah, you got to be loony not to. Because, but then you've got the elevator shoe governor down there, the guy that wants to be 2 feet taller, the guy that ran for president. I can't even think of his name.
Ron DeSantis.
Yeah. He wants to give up on childhood vaccinations altogether.
Right.
And bring back polio and you name it, because this is Darwinian time in the United States of America. Yeah,
it's retro. Bring back polio.
Think of this. Must cut 40% of cancer research in the United States. He cut 40% of it. We're down to 60% of the people working on a cancer cure. He cut it.
Jeez.
Him and his Doge boys cut it. Now think of that. Think of the shape that our healthcare system is in.
Right.
First of all, Kennedy doesn't have any idea about anything about medicine. There isn't a doctor on the planet that doesn't think he's screwy. And here we go. Everybody in that cabinet is insane. Every one of them.
You got that right, Jim. They are all psychopaths.
There is not one, is there?
There's not one. There's not one that makes a rib of sense. Not one of them makes a rib of sense.
No.
I'll tell you this much. Have you seen video or pictures of Marco Rubio? Just being and doing things. He looks so depressed.
Yeah.
He just looks beaten down.
Because he sold
it's
his
pretty funny to me, but
he sold his soul. When you sell your soul, you're not going to look real cheery. Remember, the first debate, I watched it intently, and he called him Little Rubio with the little hands. He insulted the hell out of him. And I thought, my God, if I would have, there would have been 2 hits there. Me hitting Trump and Trump hitting the ground. That would have been. I don't care how the debate went. I don't care if I won, lost, or draw.
I would have loved to have seen that debate, Jim.
I'm not going to. No, that Scotsman ain't going to get away with that.
Yeah.
But anyway, But you look, he doesn't know. How about our foreign policy? You got Putin running wild. You've got genocide going on in Palestine. I mean, incredible genocide.
Right.
We've got to watch. They're not lifting a finger about it. Putin's running roughshod over the Ukrainians.
Yes.
And they're not lifting a finger. Remember when they took office, little Hans Rubio was going to settle all these problems. Him and the Peter Thiel creation, Pants,
yeah. No, they were going to fix it in a day, remember?
Right.
Yeah, it was all going to be done. It was going to be peace on earth and goodwill to man. Anyway, Esmeralda and Dwayne, you guys have a great show, and thank you, guys.
Oh, thank you, Jim.
Thank you.
Yeah, that was Jim running. You know what I think I love about Jim? I don't care what we talk about or whatever part of the world we talk about it, Jim has something happen there. Last time we were talking about where were something that was going on in some country that Jim had an incident in.
Yeah.
I love Jim, man. I think Jim
is a man about the world.
I think Jim used to work for MI6.
Oh.
I don't know. Yeah.
Fancy.
Jim was a cat.
Jim isn't Jim.
Well,
wink.
Right. But he calls all. I love that cat. He's the times I've done this show, and then I would. When I'm not doing it, sometimes I'll just stop in the middle of the day. Hey, I wonder how Jim is doing.
I wonder if Jim has a story about this place.
Yeah. Oh, Jim is all right. Man. So is that it with the...
would you like to know some notable...
Yes.
Or actually, because I'm actually curious myself.
Yeah.
What is the difference between Hispanic
and Latino?
Yeah.
You know what?
Do you know?
I once read it, but I can't remember now. But you know what?
Well, I'll tell you.
I always say Latino because I don't know.
So they're not interchangeable, apparently.
Okay.
I've very rarely have I used the word Hispanic.
It's something about it. I don't know.
Yeah. So they're the two most used words, Hispanic and Latino, to describe Americans with Latin American and Caribbean ancestry. You say Caribbean or Caribbean?
I say Caribbean.
I forget. There's a way.
Yeah, I think technically also Haitians are considered Latinos.
You think? Afro-Latinos?
Yes. Or Hispanics.
Sure? Maybe? I don't know.
Oh, read on.
So you may see the terms interchangeably, but different people understand and use these terms differently. The National Museum of the American Latino uses the term Latino to describe the diverse residents of the United States with cultural or ancestral ties to Latin America or the Caribbean. So maybe, yeah. So they would, under this museum's use of the term Latino.
Yes.
That Haitians would be.
Yes.
The term Hispanic is used to signal a connection to Spain or the Spanish language.
All right.
So I think that's why people are a little iffy about using it, because people don't want to. Because again, they're the colonizers.
Yeah, they're the colonizers. So don't lump me in with.
Yeah, you don't want to. I mean, you kind of you have to, because that's your history. It is what it is.
What is it?
But if you don't want it, yeah. If you don't want to bring it up,
so
Latino.
Do you have a preference?
I say Latino.
I say Latino too.
Because again,
Lady B, do you have a preference?
Afro-Latina.
Afro-Latina.
See there. Well, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I what do I call myself? Conquered. No, not conquered. I don't know. Just black. I mean, but I have, whatever I have in me,
Have you ever thought to do one of those 23andMe's? Although I heard they sell your information. So
right. Well, you know what, E? Who isn't selling your information?
That is true.
I
and
sold
at
some
least
of your
you get some fun.
to a dude outside before I came in.
You gave him your phone number and you were like, I don't know why.
You want E's information? It's gonna cost you
$5.
Have you ever done it?
No.
Would you do it?
No, only because I would be curious, but from what I've seen, it's not the most accurate. It's very generalized depending on who you are. So like if you're Asian, it'll just be like China. But you may want a little more like in there. China's a giant.
place.
Exactly. I think it's because there's not enough yet, not enough people to then flush it out.
Okay.
I think.
See, I never wanted to do it because I thought being black and the way that black people, when they were brought here and were deliberately, the nuclear family was destroyed, and their lineage just obfuscated. So you would be able to go back to a certain point, and then they couldn't,
right.
And that would just make me not angry, but sort of angry, So I don't know. I know. Some of my relatives have done it. My sister wanted to do it.
Yeah.
My mother told me we are whatever we are. We're here.
We are what we are.
Yeah.
Have you ever thought, real quick, I always say I want to be famous because I want to go on that show on PBS.
Oh, Finding Your Roots?
Yes.
Yeah.
I want that big old book that he gives everybody.
What does he give people?
He gives people like a family tree, and it's a big old book of
really?
Everything that they've used DNA and they've tracked down, your ancestors and this and that, and it gives you the stories and the names and documents.
Cool. My friend Kamal, I think he was on that show. With Dr. Henry Lewis Gates. Right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Exactly. There you
know
go.
The episode where he had Ben Affleck on and he traces roots back to find, and see that one of your ancestors owned slaves. And then I think Ben Affleck cut.
I mean, come on.
Yeah. That's how,
you have to know that there's going to be.
It's bound to come up. Right? And it doesn't mean you own slaves.
Exactly.
I assume.
Maybe
that's why they want to hear. Oh, wait a minute! Whoa!
That's
Don't
why
put my business in the streets.
Yeah.
I got a few at the crib. Yeah. Okay. We got to go to break, and I don't know if we're coming back. But you're listening to WCPT 820 Heartland Signal, and also 1150 KKNW in Seattle.
If you're purchasing a new home or refinancing your existing home, you need to call Team Hochberg, your trusted local lender. Corey called to consolidate his debt and was so happy with my advice, he left me this 5-star Google review. Quote, I was looking to pay off debt, so I reached out to David after listening to his radio show. David called me personally and walked me through my options. He shot it straight. There was no beating around the bush or pushing me to sign anything. If any of my family or friends need anything related to a mortgage, I'll give them David's number because you can't get better or more honest service. Thanks, Corey. I strongly encourage everyone to check out our close to 600 5-star Google reviews from listeners like Corey. Team Hochberg helped Corey and thousands of radio listeners, but we can't help if you don't call 855-563-2843 or visit 56david.com. That's 855-563-2843 or visit 56david.com. Lower.com, equal housing lender, MLS 112-4061.
Lowe's knows how to help make your home holiday ready for less. Get Select Style Selections vinyl flooring for just $1.99 per square foot and have it installed before the festivities begin. Our team can help you every step of the way. See a Lowe's Red Vest associate or visit Lowe's.com/holiday install to get started. Lowe's, we help, you save. Basic install only. Date restrictions apply. Subject to availability. Installed by independent contractors. See associate for details. Contiguous U.S. only.
You're listening to WCPT 820 because facts matter.
Welcome back to Driving It Home with Patti Vasquez.
Hey, everybody. Welcome back to Driving It Home with Patti Vasquez. I'm Dwayne Kennedy, and sitting in with me is
Esmeralda Leon.
And
Lady B.
Yeah, the crew making it happen. We're like the Fantastic Three.
Yeah, we don't need a fourth.
No, that's how fantastic we are. We kicked one person out. Beat it, colonizer.
Oh, we're like Destiny's Child.
We're like, there you go. That's better. See, that's how fantastic we are. That when I stumble with the name, here comes Destiny's Child.
I mean, the name is up for grabs, I would think.
At this point.
Because they're not.
Yeah.
They're not doing anything with it, right?
I don't think so. They're touring. And that would help you because you said you wanted to be famous.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And then that's built in.
Yeah.
But then they'll see us and they go, wait
a minute.
Hold on.
They don't seem so fantastic or destined.
It's like, well, we didn't tell you it wasn't
so
Beyonce.
Man. They're all doing. Even when she tours, sometimes she takes Kelly Rowland with her.
Oh yeah, they always
Right?
do like a little.
They're still close,
guest
right?
spot.
Yeah,
I believe so. Yeah.
Okay, that's gonna be like the three of us when one of us becomes like super rich. And remember that time we was at WCPT just talking about, woo, man. Whatever happened to WCPT anyway?
Oh, it's still kicking.
Yeah, it's a country western station now.
No. Oh, don't you put that into the universe.
Their views got narrower and narrower. So, well.
Should we take a caller?
Sure.
Should we take Dave from Hoffman Estates?
Yeah, why not?
Sir?
Hey, Dwayne. Hey, Esmeralda.
Hi.
Hey, on this Jimmy Kimmel deal.
Oh, man.
The last time something very, very similar happened to this was after 9/11 when Bill Maher was to lose his job for comments that about lobbing cruise missiles and that from 200 miles or whatever, being kind of cowardly and whatnot, and was it Ari Fleischer and all of them, and got public backlash, and then the White House, and the show got canceled.
Yes.
For not doing the accepted script.
Right.
Ironically
Now,
when
Bill Maher's doing good.
Now, but
Yeah.
you got
everything worked out all
right. He's good. He made it through.
Yeah, but check this out. A little irony and twist and whatever you want to call it. After that Politically Incorrect got canceled, his time slot on ABC went to none other than Jimmy Kimmel 20 years ago.
Oh, wow.
20 years ago?
Wow. It's been
Holy.
that long, man.
Yeah, he can do something else now.
Come on. He's going to do a podcast, and it's going to be huge. It's going to get bigger numbers than his TV show. He'll make more money.
Oh,
He'll
yeah.
be fine and dandy. I
He'll
think
be
he
great.
probably was on his way out the door anyway.
He does the well, I don't know if it's connected. He does the Who Wants to Be a Millionaire.
Jimmy Kimmel?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
They only do celebrity now.
Which is ridiculous. So they must play for charity, I hope.
Yeah.
Or
Yeah.
we do Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, the rich, greedy edition. Are you playing for charity, Jeff Bezos? Hell no, I'm playing for myself.
I
I'm
want
trying
another
to own
million.
this show, yeah.
And then you guys heard earlier in the week that came on the news where they're saying that as of this month or whatever, they're stopping paper Social Security checks won't be delivered no more.
What?
Wait a minute.
Yes, sir.
What is going on? It's as if this country is falling apart or something.
Tell me what they said on the news, and that to save money. So therefore, all this money they claim they're going to save by doing this, maybe they should put it back into the Social Security fund.
Right.
Well,
that's the big thing. Like, where are we getting rebate checks or something of all the money that we're making off of the tariffs? And like you said, they're going to save more money. Doge.
Yeah, you haven't got your Groupon yet?
Yeah, I haven't gotten whatever cash back I should be getting back.
Right.
Well, he said he liked people that ain't smart. If we believe them, then we ain't smart.
You ain't kidding, because they sure aren't. They are not smart. They're arrogant and ignorant. But people always say sometimes, when all these things, they're canceling research projects, they're controlling schools and the curricula, and they say, well, and I've heard people say, well, I don't understand why he's doing this. It doesn't make sense that he's doing these things against the American people. It doesn't make sense until you realize that he's working for the KGB. Then it makes sense.
Yeah.
He seems like he's trying to destroy America. He is, because he works for the KGB.
And the other irony, yesterday when he got in on that Jimmy Kimmel, putting that presidential pressure there, that also was the U.S. Constitution Day, the anniversaries of the Constitution.
Yeah. Man.
Ironic.
Well,
ironies.
I tell you what, Dave, if we're around for the next, I don't know, how long do you give, if we had a democracy-o-meter, how long do you give it?
Well, I've seen that thing, the steps or whatever, the 10 steps to
fascism.
Yeah,
authoritarianism.
we're like at 9.5 or something.
Oh,
yeah,
really?
we're pretty high up.
Dang. We got some steps.
I don't know because he's had the cankles and his wrist on top of his wrist, and then the other week he had that they thought it might have been a sign of a stroke or palsy or something when his right jaw dropped there a little bit, and so I don't know. And then I think when he was going down the ladder from Air Force One, they said he had cankles again and fell asleep.
I mean, I don't think cankles just disappear. I think you have them. You're gonna have them.
Well, we'll see what happens. I mean, I don't know. Thanks for calling, Dave, and then thanks for all the good news.
Yeah. All right. Be well.
All right. You too. That was Dave.
Nothing but cheer.
Yeah.
Positive with that guy.
Yeah. No, but you know what I mean? He's right. It's just
he is. Where do you see? Me and my partner always talk about how, when the water wars start.
Oh, what's the water wars?
I mean, think about it. There's already, like in California,
the lack of
the Northwest.
Of
lack of a bit. I think California takes from some lake.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Is it Lake Mead?
Somewhere, somewhere just east of them.
Yeah. Lake Tahoe,
something like that.
Yeah,
Mexico.
Yeah.
In certain parts, Mexico City, I believe. There's a lot of, they can't access water.
Jeez.
In certain parts, and it's not going to get any better.
No.
Especially since, climate change apparently doesn't exist.
Right. Well. Yeah.
Everything's great.
Right. Don't let the 84 degrees.
Right. 84 degrees. Yeah. Everybody who's like, oh, this is great. I'm like, yeah. Until you start to think about why.
Right. This is great. Hey, wait a minute. My skin is smoking.
Yeah. It's like, it fell off. It just burnt right off.
Man.
But it's summer still.
Yeah. Right. Should we take another call? Let's take another call. E, would you do the honors?
You know what? Let's talk to Paul from Seattle.
Paul!
Considering we're on KKNW in Seattle.
That's why E makes the medium-sized money.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. That's it.
Okay. You guys can hear me, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, because my phone is playing tricks lately. But
it's being tapped by the government, Paul.
Yeah, that's what that means.
Huh?
It said your phone is being tapped by the government, brother.
And it's going in and out. They're listening.
I don't doubt it. I don't doubt it. So everybody's getting fired for simply repeating things that Charlie Kirk said.
Yes.
Yeah.
Repeating the truth.
But I tell you what, I have parsed out so many times to people the one quote that he had on the Second Amendment and how absolutely upside down, backwards, mixed up that is. I'd go through that for you, but I decided it's more interesting to just, I give up. You can't beat him, join him. And so here's how I did it. I started thinking, his meme is, you can't prove me wrong, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's his debate meme. You can't prove me wrong. Oh, by the way, another one of his tactics is, and I've seen him debate a guy from Cambridge University. Name is that, who's that the White House press secretary, little Miss Ice Face? When she was on Colbert, she got
Caroline Levitt.
Caroline Levitt.
Yeah.
They both have this big, dual-chested, they're kind of, I don't want to say they shout you down, but they talk in this as if she's my mom or something. And you better, it's just no. There's this kind of bellicose aggressiveness in the way that they speak.
Right.
And it is very truculent.
Yes.
Not that either one of them would know what that means, but that's their tactic. And it's very confusing to me how Charlie Kirk, being a community college dropout, shows up on the campus at universities and people flock to him with the kind of logic this guy has.
Yeah.
With the "you can't prove me wrong." Okay, so let's just look at it this way: the idea that if I say something that can't be proven wrong, that it automatically stands as correct, right? I mean, that's absurd. So I started thinking about, well, wait a minute, why don't I just start doing that? And so I started picking on the right-wingers here in Seattle by saying completely outrageous things
that
they can't prove wrong. right? I mean, Dwayne, you got to pick this one up just to your ass, because the first one I said was that, hey, the Trump team hired an assassin to off Charlie Kirk to distract from the Epstein case. You can't prove me wrong.
I was actually thinking that too.
So they're quite true, right?
Yeah.
That's one of the things floating around.
Yeah,
Okay.
and then I started thinking, well, because I remember this from teaching high school science, in teaching about the science, that I said there actually are things that are false that you can't prove are false.
Man. Hey, Paul, I'm sorry. I hate to interrupt you, brother, but we got to go to a hard break. But, hey, thanks.
Okay.
Keep calling, man. And, again, stay strong, and we'll see what happens with democracy and all that
thank
stuff.
you, gentlemen.
Yeah, thank you. All right, we're going to take a break, and we'll be right back on WCPT, Heartland Signal, and also 1150 KKNW in Seattle.
Protect your liver and give it the support that it deserves with Active Liver from New Nordic. Find Active Liver in stores at your local CVS, Meijer Grocery, or online at Amazon or newnordicusa.com.
AP News, I'm Ben Thomas. On Capitol Hill, the Senate's confirmed 48 of President Trump's nominees. Lisa Dwyer reports it came in a single block vote.
Republicans acted for the first time under new rules to clear a backlog of executive branch positions that had been delayed by Democrats.
On this vote, the yeas are 51 and the nays are 47, and the nominations en bloc are confirmed.
Frustrated by the stalling tactics, Senate Republicans moved last week to make it easier to confirm large groups of lower-level, non-judicial nominations. The new Senate rules allow Senate Republicans to move multiple nominees with a simple majority vote. The rules do not apply to judicial nominations or high-level cabinet posts. I'm Lisa Dwyer.
Health Secretary Robert F. Kennedy Jr.'s new Vaccine Advisory Committee has been meeting to come up with the CDC's latest guidance. Mike Stobie reports public health experts have worries.
The committee has been controversial because Kennedy was a leading voice in the anti-vaccine movement before he was appointed health secretary. And he's appointed a group of people that includes some vaccine skeptics. There is a concern that there will be rollbacks of vaccines that were considered settled questions and success stories.
Congressional Democrats have unveiled a bill aimed at bolstering free speech protections. It follows ABC's suspension of Jimmy Kimmel Live over the comedian's comments related to Charlie Kirk's assassination. President Trump was asked for his reaction at a news conference in Britain with Prime Minister Keir Starmer.
Jimmy Kimmel is not a talented person. He had very bad ratings, and they should have fired him a long time ago. So, you can call that free speech or not.
Trump and Starmer signed an agreement on science and technology today. Meantime, NVIDIA is investing $5 billion in Intel, saying the companies will work together on AI infrastructure and PCs. That spurred a rally for tech stocks. This is AP News. Big news for fans of U.S. soccer. The sport's biggest global star appears set to stay here. Gethin Coolbaugh has the story.
Lionel Messi and Inter Miami are reviewing the final details of a contract extension to keep him with the club until at least 2026, a person with knowledge of the matter tells the Associated Press. Talks have been ongoing for months, but neither Messi nor the team has revealed details. Reports say the deal is close to being finalized. The 38-year-old Messi has scored 20 goals and provided 11 assists this season. He joined Inter Miami in July 2023 on a 2.5-year contract. Messi has helped the team win its first 2 trophies. I'm Gethin Coolbaugh.
And in baseball news, the Dodgers say pitcher Clayton Kershaw will retire at the end of the season. The 3-time Cy Young Award winner will make his final regular season start at Dodger Stadium tomorrow night. There's more news at apnews.com. I'm Ben Thomas. Thanks.
This is 820 AM, WCPT Willow Springs, and streaming worldwide at WCPT820.com. We are Chicago's progressive talk, where facts matter. Now, your WCPT 820 weather update.
I'm meteorologist Ray Miller from the Weatherology Weather Center. Look for mainly clear skies tonight with a low temperature around 66 degrees. Friday, sunshine with a high temperature of 79 and light east winds becoming breezy in the afternoon. Saturday, chance of showers and storms with a high of 77. Sunday, chance of showers and storms with a high of 78. And for Monday, scattered showers and storms with a high temperature around 77 degrees. That's the latest Chicago weather update. Right now, it's 82.
Listen up, fellow timeshare owners. If you're a timeshare owner and you want out at all costs, you're done, frustrated, tired of wasting money, you don't use the darn thing. Get out now. Hire the best Bulldog timeshare cancellation team in the business. Their in-house legal team, headed by a timeshare cancellation lawyer, can help you fight the biggest and baddest companies out there that sell timeshare. At some point, you were using your timeshare, but now you're not, and you're tired of wasting money. Before you go to the poorhouse, call right now and learn how you can stop the maintenance fees and put more money back in your pocket. Their services cost you a lot less than you think, and you'll save a lot of money over time. Call the Timeshare Exit Hotline now. It's a free consultation.
800-296-0150. 800-296-0150. 800-296-0150. That's 800-296-0150.
Alexa, play WCPT.
WCPT from TuneIn.
Driving it home with Patti Vasquez, Patti Vasquez. From global conflicts to greenhouse gases, the folks refusing to wear masks says, and politicians getting caught grabbing asses says, she's driving it home with Patti Vasquez.
Hey, everybody. Welcome back to Driving It Home with Patti Vasquez. I'm Dwayne Kennedy sitting in for Patti. Patti is busy doing everything, everywhere, all at once. Patti has 72 jobs, and then she uses those 72 jobs to go to her other 72 jobs.
Yeah.
But sitting in helping me today is
Esmeralda Leon.
And
Lady B.
Yeah, if it wasn't for these two, ladies and gentlemen, I think you get the gist by now. This show would be off the rails. We'd also like to welcome the listeners in Minnesota at KTNF AM 950, in addition to 1150 KKNW in Seattle. I'm going to, you know what, Esmeralda, you know what, Lady B, that reminds me of a story called...
Do tell.
Okay, it's called Reading These... Once upon a time, there was tomorrow on Chu's Views. Richard Chu will be joined by Karen Byrne, co-host of the True Blue Politics podcast, and Kevin Schultz, UIC professor of history. Chu's Views, weekdays from 6 to 8 a.m. Central on WCPT 820 a.m., the Heartland Signal website, TuneIn, YouTube, and Facebook. But there's more, E. I know you're saying, Dwayne, please go on.
More?
I will, yes. Tomorrow on Live, Local, and Progressive, Joan Esposito will be taking your calls for the first half of the show, then talking to who? Mike Sozan, senior fellow at the Center for American Progress Action Fund, and Out Chicago host Scott Duff, along with film critic Rebecca Ford. Rebecca Ford loves to review films. Listen, that'll be Live, Local, and Progressive weekdays from 2 to 5 p.m. Central on WCPT Chicago's Progressive Talk for 20 years. Also, go on, Dwayne? Yes, I will. Listen live weekdays from 5 to 7 p.m. at 8:20 a.m. on TuneIn from heartlandsignal.com, or watch the live video stream on Facebook.
Yeah.
And YouTube. And also, you're saying, you probably asked me, but Dwayne, who's sponsoring this stuff?
Yeah.
Here's who's sponsoring it. It's sponsored by Phone and Text Line. The Credo Mobile phone and text line is 773-763-9278. I'm sorry, that's 773-763-9278. And WCPT listeners now get 25% off for 2 years at Credo Mobile with the code WCPT 25.
Nice.
Credo Mobile, a progressive phone company
Like a
that
good
is
deal.
better for all. That's a great deal.
Right?
That's a great deal. And it's a better for all people and the planet. So do me a favor, visit credomobile.com. And if I'm elected, Encore. Be sure to tune into the Rick Smith Show every weeknight at 7, and the Politics Bar with Judy Hamilton and Sean Smith Pierce every weeknight at 8. And at 9, WCPT brings you the Matt McNeil Show from Minneapolis. That Matt McNeil.
It's going to be just after this, right?
Yeah, just after this. That Matt McNeil. You'll see. And don't forget, you can listen to and rate and share the Driving It Home full episodes and featured interviews podcast. They're both available on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, TuneIn, iHeartRadio, YouTube, and Amazon. Recent additions to Patti's featured interviews podcast are Iowa Senator-elect Caitlin Dre, rhymes with Tay. You didn't have to tell me that. Listen, and comedian Paula Poundstone, Paul Glastris of the Washington Monthly, candidate for U.S. Senator Colin Allred, columnist Heidi Stevens, and Nathan Truth of the Election Truth Alliance. Oh, that Nathan, always telling the truth. Search for Driving It Home with Patti Vasquez or get the links on Patti's show page by visiting heartlandsignal.com and clicking on her picture.
Wow. That was quite a story.
Yeah, thank you.
It's gorgeous.
Oh, you know.
I'm very impressed.
Oh, thank
Beautiful.
you. It was heartwarming.
Mm-hmm.
Yes,
It had ups and downs.
ups and downs.
Woo!
Yes, ins and outs. It gave me hope.
I didn't think at the end we would make it, but we did.
No, we did. And now I'll have some scotch. I'd like to wash that story down with a nice tall glass of scotch.
Shall we talk to Tom?
Yeah!
Tom from Forest Park. Tom.
Howdy.
Hello.
How you doing?
Doing all right.
Fine and dandy, Tom. How are you?
I'm great. I have a way that someone could probably make a lot of money.
Oh, Tom.
Wow, money-making venture.
Yeah, Crypto Tom.
Yeah.
Oh, this ain't crypto. This is T-shirts.
T-shirts?
Ooh.
Okay.
T-shirt Tom.
All right, someone should get some white T-shirts
Okay.
and emboss the Epstein birthday card on the front. And all this could be done before the holidays, even probably before Halloween. And let's sell those shirts. They might even look good on members of Congress.
Okay. So you went from Crypto Tom to T-shirt Tom to now Lawsuit Tom.
Lawsuit? Hey, this guy in the White House says...
He's very litigious.
He's very litigious.
There was no letter.
And he sues people a lot.
Yeah. If you have suing money, but I don't have suing money.
Yeah.
Well, he says that there's no letter and or that it's not his signature. I think that a lot of people walking around with white T-shirts with that beautiful birthday card on the front of it might put a... Actually, what would be really cool would be to have 7th and 8th grade girls wearing the T-shirts, walking in front of the White House.
I don't know about that one.
Tom, you have just talked yourself off of this conversation.
No.
Hey, thanks for the tips, Tom. We're going to be sure not to do that.
Whew,
Yeah.
No.
That was trying to get us convicted, Tom.
Right.
Yeah. That was 10 to 20, Tom.
Yeah. Max from North Carolina. Let's see if he doesn't want to incite some kind of crime. Or our Keithon from Chicago. Either one. I don't mind. Keithon didn't even talk. Max from North Carolina. Do you have something to say that isn't going to get us arrested?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
I actually, been listening to the radio for a while, and I noticed that the Republicans support the occupation of the people in Gaza and what's going on today. The Democrats seem to be supporting the Ukrainian war. And for people who don't know, because I know people that live over there, the number is somewhere about 1.7 to 1.8 million Ukrainian soldiers, military people that have been killed. And that's a fact. And after the war is over, people are going to find that out. And what I do not get is, we spend over $200 billion on both of these two wars, supporting both of these two people that are fighting for whatever reason.
Okay.
At the end of the day, that does not benefit the American people at all. It just puts us more in debt. But as far as everybody here that's unemployed Everybody here, supposedly we're having a recession. Everyone here that can't buy a house. Everybody here that doesn't have a proper education. You know, it doesn't benefit any of those people. The $1 trillion now that we're going to have in debt that we're going to have to be paying overseas doesn't do nothing for the American people.
Okay.
And that is what we need to really be talking about, because this is driving this country over the last 25 years so far down the drain. I'm pretty sure from that to this time, it's somewhere around $30 trillion in debt.
Okay, well, you know what?
I mean, I'll tell you this much. Just because I do not agree with helping Israel to essentially blow out of existence Gaza.
Yes.
I think we should be helping the Ukrainians.
Yeah.
I don't understand why we wouldn't.
Rather than financing a genocide? Wait a minute, let me get this straight. You'd rather help some people than finance a genocide? Okay, you could do what you want to do.
Yeah. But both of those things is not what is stopping the U.S. from helping their own people.
No, none of that.
No, we got lots of money. Honestly, we got a lot of money.
Yeah, there was money to create these ridiculous programs and to bail out banks and to bail out the auto industry. But I don't have any more money.
But no money.
I'd like to help you.
No money to help the American people.
Yeah.
Ever.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Well, whatever. I don't know what he was talking about.
Keith on from Chicago. What would you like to say? Nothing? Is he gone? Oh, he has talked already. Keith on, are you there?
I'm here. How y'all doing at WCPT?
Oh, fine.
Doing all right.
How are you?
I'm going to get to the point because I know my time is short. It all goes back to when George Washington chopped down the cherry tree or didn't chop down the cherry tree, because somebody in authority had to ask him the question, did you chop the tree down? And he told the truth. And it made him the man that he was. Okay, I did something wrong and I told the truth. And everybody knows when you tell a lie, you have to cover up the lie. You peed in the bed, okay, you took the sheets off and you know what I'm saying, you blamed it on somebody else. It's not going to work. Eventually somebody's going to notice you peed in the bed.
You're right about that. Take it from me.
Trump is the epitome of the Hatfields and the McCoys. Right now, they're fighting. They want to know they want to know who killed the pig, and the earmark on the pig is identical to our family's pig. And the McCoys are saying, oh no, our son, even though you know how rowdy and drunk he gets and hustles and do everything else, he didn't mean to slaughter the pig, but it's not your pig. And the boy grew up with the pig, so he knows the pig. But the authority, the rich and the famous and whoever got the authority and the money, they make the laws. So the McCoys go off, and it's a feud, and the feud gets bigger and bigger. Now it's South and the North, because they're rich and they don't understand the South, and we're down here with no schooling and no nothing, and it's that classism that comes, and then every wife turns in the North turns into Mrs. Drysdale. Every wife in the South turns into Mrs. Goldberg.
Okay.
And they never talk to each other, because each one of them is raising the future of the United States, not no different counties or countries or Republican or Democrat. It's United States.
Yeah.
Each state is united in the mission to make the children of America, because the grown folks are already corrupted. The grown folks, there's no saving them. There's no saving us. We already let what happened happen, and it's already in progress. So it's gonna take the children. It's gonna take the children to see that no.
Okay.
We want the same thing that they had.
All right.
And we want it better.
Well, thank you.
So.
Yeah.
Thank y'all.
Thank you, Keith. Yeah. He hit us with the Animal Farm.
I love that book.
And he brought in the Beverly Hillbillies. And we took a trip. But speaking of kids, it's funny because this show is sponsored by Minocqua Brewing and Source Solar and Kids Above All.
Nice.
So, save the
Perfect.
kids.
Kids above all.
Yeah, man. I'm trying to be smoother about this. Are we going to break? Hello?
I think by that is
this
a yes.
Dwayne Kennedy. Do we break now? Where are you, Dwayne? I'm under the table. Listen, do we have another caller? Or are we going to break?
No, we're going to break.
A Better Life with Dr. Sanjay Gupta.
How's this for a new headline? When you snooze, you might lose hours of sleep every month. That's the finding out of a new study from Brigham and Women's Hospital that looked at how many times people hit the snooze button when their alarms go off and how long they lay in bed just dozing. Your sleep isn't great for those extra couple minutes, especially considering you could have remained in that most excellent deep sleep many of us find ourselves in the wee hours of the morning. So instead of hitting snooze, experts now agree that you should set your alarm as late as possible to maximize your sleep and then get right out of bed when you have to. If you're still dragging, it's a sign that you're not getting enough sleep, quantity and or quality. And if that's the case, you need to make some changes. But that doesn't necessarily mean hitting the snooze button. I'm Dr. Sanjay Gupta, helping you live a better life.
Here's a tale of Becky. Didn't know what to do with new meds prescribed and no real cost clue.
She squinted at prices, that can't be right. Then tapped GoodRx and saw the light.
She can get a deal. Book telehealth if she feels.
Learn about those meds without any stress. That one little app does all the rest. Even my horse downloaded it. Dang, save time and money on prescriptions.
Check GoodRx. GoodRx is not insurance.
Lowe's knows how to help make your home holiday ready for less. Get Select Style Selections vinyl flooring for just $1.99 per square foot and have it installed before the festivities begin. Our team can help you every step of the way. See a Lowe's Red Vest associate or visit Lowe's.com/holiday install to get started. Lowe's, we help, you save. Basic install only. Date restrictions apply. Subject to availability. Installed by independent contractors. See associate for details. Contiguous.
Chicago's Progressive Talk, WCPT 820, where facts matter.
If you're listening to this station right now, you've definitely heard my voice before. Hi, I'm Hawk.
And I'm Pete. And we're with Source Solar, your local source for solar. Source Solar is Chicagoland's premier solar installer, providing solutions for over 1,000 homeowners and business owners across Illinois and Iowa.
With over a decade of industry experience and deep roots here in Chicago, we have the expertise to help your transition to clean, renewable, resilient energy.
We can guarantee that we save you money day one without any out-of-pocket cost to you. This means you have an instant ROI, instant payback, and can save money to add to your bottom line day one.
At Source Solar, we source everything as local as possible, meaning we always carry the Made in USA sticker.
Find us online at www.source.solar. Stop in our office at 5710 North Northwest Highway or give us a call at 773-985-3992.
And don't forget to ask for Hawk
or Pete.
No detours, no distractions. Just bold ideas and real talk. This is Driving It Home with Patti Vasquez.
Hey, everybody, we're back. Driving It Home with Patti Vasquez. Patti is not in today. Sitting in for Patti is me, Dwayne Kennedy, and
Esmeralda Leon.
And
Lady B.
And if it weren't for these two, you know what it would be? If, put it this way, if they were here and I wasn't here, it would be a good show.
Oh, wow.
You know what I mean?
Aw, come on now.
But I honed in anyway.
You are in the recipe.
Uh-huh.
You're a very integral part. You're you're the chicken. You're the
I
main
am
protein.
Okay.
If we don't have you in there, what do we have? Lettuce.
If you have me in there, what do you have? Something appetizing?
Come on now.
Yeah. Oh, and also listening, we have in Minnesota KTNF AM 950, and also in Seattle 1150 KKNW, and right here you got WCPT 820 AM Heartland Signal.
Yes.
Yeah, we've had some interesting callers.
We have.
Yeah, some salient, some insane. You know what I mean? Just like
I don't think officially, but if someone were to officially, I think yes.
Yeah.
They would be get
clinical?
the stamp.
Yeah,
There you go.
Yeah, it's like, that. You know what? That's an interesting point. You wait right here. I'm going to go get someone. Give you a little ride.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. How you feeling, E?
Feeling good.
Yeah.
How are you feeling?
Fine and dandy. Like Amos and Andy.
Oh.
I just threw that in there.
It rhymed.
Yeah, I like to rhyme. I'm not a hip hop artist by any stretch, but we don't do music on this. No, this is all.
This is talk, yeah.
Talk. All talk, no action. Oh, that'd be a good name for. Welcome to WCPT 820 AM. All talk, no action.
We leave that up to the listener.
We leave that up to the listeners to go out and march.
Exactly. We give them the fuel. You go ahead. You take it.
We'll give you the directions. You do the marching.
There you go.
But you know what? It's getting to the point now, though, man. It is harder to sit out, right? I mean,
yeah.
Have you ever been to any protests or any sort of?
Yeah, I was. I went to when was that? A few months ago.
Okay.
There was the marches.
No Kings?
No, it wasn't one
No
of
Queens?
those. It was
No Dukes?
something about ice.
No ice.
No ice.
Icebreakers.
But it wasn't the big one. There was one like the day before, and I went to that one.
Crushed ice.
Yeah. But it's tough to not, because you don't know what to do.
Right. Do you think people say that protesting, speaking up, helps? I guess that's true.
I think it does, but it's not
everything.
solely exactly.
Yeah, but what does it do? Because when people are out, they're monitoring ICE, they're shaming ICE, whatever they're doing. Sometimes that works. They can deter them. Oftentimes, though, if you're dealing with people who have guns,
right?
I don't care how much chanting and shaming. At some point, what is that really effective? How can you dissuade folk with guns? How can you do that?
Yeah. Well, what I find interesting is the people. So when it comes to like that, the essentially kidnappings. Thank you. Because they're just taking them.
Thank you, E.
People are getting taken. What I've noticed that actually does something is when people, white people, stick their foot in there and they do something.
Yeah.
Because it seems whenever I see the videos of that, ICE leaves.
Okay.
They don't do anything.
Once the white folks step in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've seen there was a whole group who did that to it, and they shamed them out of it, and they just left. They didn't do anything.
In San Diego. That was one of the early ones. Maybe this is later. I don't know.
But it was a thing of like, if a whole mess of brown and black people did that, no, there would be guns out.
Right. Then it would just be more trucks for them to get into, be thrown into. Yeah. Well, I have yet. I mean, I talk about it, but I have not gone to any protests yet. I don't know, man.
Well, it's also a thing of like, if you don't,
do what you're comfortable doing.
Exactly.
I'm comfortable just being in the background telling people what to do.
There you go.
No, but we'll see. Do you know anybody that's been taken?
No, fortunately.
Yeah.
I have not.
I tell some folks I know, be careful, man.
Yeah.
Be careful.
No, I told my parents they have green cards. They've been here for 40 plus years.
And
I told them, don't.
Care.
Yeah. It's like, it does not matter.
No.
I'm like, don't open the door for anybody.
I know that's right. I know that's, whoo, man. What about you, Lady B? You know anybody that's been taken or anything?
No, but I drove by. Did you hear the news about the Florida guy on Archer and Pulaski?
No, what happened?
No.
He got taken by ICE. And I always see him when I drive that way.
Who is this? Who is this person?
It's a Florida guy. He
Florida guy.
Yeah,
Oh,
he
man.
sells flowers and stuff.
Wow.
Yeah, and he got taken. And
jeez, man.
This is I think it was last week.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I didn't know him personally, but I always
still.
seen him over the years.
Yeah, just selling flowers.
Yes,
Come on, man.
He wasn't stealing. He wasn't doing anything.
Yeah, you're selling flowers. Yeah, you're making somebody's day better.
Yeah.
Right.
What are you doing?
You're trying to the economy. He's making money.
Yes.
Right.
So that
That's horrible, man. It's all horrible. And like they say, the cruelty is the point. That's the only reason. It's just to harass people, to be mean, to be cruel to folk, to intimidate and bully. And then on top of all of it, like you said, you've been kidnapped. Then, if wherever you might be from, they're sending you to Sudan. They're sending you to Uganda.
Yeah, that is wild.
That's crazy.
That is, I don't understand how that works.
No.
I would love for somebody to explain how, someone who is not from there and has no connection to those countries, how do they then decide to send them there?
Right. I mean, ironically, when Trump got elected, I was actually thinking about going to Africa. So if they actually sent me there, like, man, y'all save
free
me.
trip.
You know what I mean?
Free ticket.
But then if they found that out, you know what? I wanted to always be here. Oh, then you got to go now you're going to Iceland.
Right.
Yeah.
It's not bad in Iceland.
It's not bad in Iceland.
It's that egg smell, though.
Yeah.
I think you get used to it, but oof.
Iceland. It's so horrific.
That's everything. It just smells like eggs.
I knew a cat that said if at one point if he would leave the country, he was going to go to Greenland. No, not Greenland. Yeah. Well, no. What was the New Zealand?
New Zealand. Yeah, that's totally different.
Yeah. Well, not. Yeah. Would you go? Have you ever been in New Zealand?
No, I would. I've heard wonderful things about New Zealand.
Yeah, at the time he wanted to go. Is it their? What is the head of government? Is the New Zealand the prime minister, the president?
Couldn't tell you.
But she was a woman and she was liberal, but they have since voted in this right-wing dude.
Yeah.
Dudes. Let me tell you something. They mess up everything.
Yes.
Don't they?
Yep.
Yeah.
Look at me in this show. I've been effing it up since we started.
You can usually, any problems, you can trace it back to a man.
I mean, really, though.
Causing the problem.
You know what I mean? Come on, man. Okay. On that note, yeah. Now we've been officially canceled. We got to take a break, but thank you all for listening, and don't forget that you can reach us on WCPT Heartland Signal. Also, we are at KTNF AM 950 and 1150 KKNW in Seattle. We will be right back.
You're listening to WCPT 820. Here's the latest Chicago weather update.
I'm meteorologist Ray Miller from the Weatherology Weather Center. Look for mainly clear skies tonight with a low temperature around 66 degrees. Friday, sunshine with a high temperature of 79 and light east winds becoming breezy in the afternoon. Saturday, chance of showers and storms with a high of 77. Sunday, chance of showers and storms with a high of 78. And for Monday, scattered showers and storms with a high temperature around 77 degrees. That's the latest Chicago weather update. Right now, it's 81.
This is Chicago's Progressive Talk, 820 AM, WCPT Willow Springs, and online at WCPT820.com, where facts matter.
Turn up the heat on every drive with a Porsche from the Porsche Exchange in Highland Park. Our tariff-free vehicles are available for immediate delivery, like the 2025 Porsche Cayenne. And right now, lease the 2025 Macan Electric for only $949 a month for 39 months. Don't miss out on the $7,500 EV tax credit ending September 30th, and grab your electric Porsche today at the Porsche Exchange in Highland Park or PorscheExchange.com. $4,929 excludes tax, title, license, and doc fee. No security deposit required. Expires 9/30/2025.
Hey, progressives, this is Richard Chu, host of Chu's Views here on WCPT AM 820, 6 to 8 a.m. Monday through Friday. We have some real challenges in front of us as a country. Since the beginning of this show, I have always felt compelled to bring you the best that I've got. Now, there's always a why to doing whatever we do. So, as we go forward and face these challenges, know this, you listeners are my why. Because I want to make sure I do everything I can to provide a safe, open, forward-moving space that allows you to call, email, text, or just listen to a guy that wants to help you bring out your own championship qualities to truly make this place better for us all. Lofty goal, idealistic, maybe so. But that's my why, and I look forward to bringing you the best that I've got. This is Richard Chu. Stay tuned.
Because facts matter. You're listening to WCPT 820.
Welcome back to Driving It Home with Patti Vasquez.
What up, everybody? Welcome back. Driving It Home. Patti Vasquez, WCPT 820 AM. I'm Dwayne Kennedy, along with me,
Esmeralda Leon.
And
Lady B.
I am the lone dude. I am messing it up for everyone.
No, you're not.
No, I'm just messing it up for you two.
You know what? The way you talk, we have a text from the 312 that says, we absolutely love Dwayne. Always love when he is on.
Oh, wow.
So I don't know who you paid, but
I paid a lot of people and only one called.
Yeah, one came through.
Okay, then. You tell that person that they got that $12 coming from me, because I'm trying to make this a thing. Man. And also you are listening on, thanks for listening on KTNF. Esmeralda, have you ever heard of KTNF?
I haven't.
Yeah, they're AM 950 in Minnesota.
Minnesota.
And also, yeah.
Love it.
Yes, and 1150 KKNW. Guess where they're at?
Seattle.
Boom! You got that right. You ever been to Seattle?
No.
Oh, Seattle.
Never been to Minnesota either.
Really?
Been talking about going, though.
You got to go.
I know.
You know what's funny is that as much as I've heard, like, sometimes Europeans would denounce Americans, like, because, like, some European where they would travel and they say Americans never go anywhere. But another European said, but have you ever been to the United States? The United States is huge. Every state is like a different country in some ways. So, yeah.
And aside from the big ones, so like L.A., New York.
Right.
And, I like to throw in Chicago, but some people don't.
Right. Some people
There is so much more.
So much more. And there's a lot to see. Seattle is great if you ever get a chance. I'm doing a show. I think I'm gonna be doing a show in Seattle. Seattle's great. Minnesota's cool.
Yeah, Prince. Come on.
Bob Dylan. The Replacements.
There you go.
Who else is from Minnesota? Hubert Humphrey. He got shellacked. And he ran for president years ago.
Years ago?
Yeah.
5 years ago.
Yeah. He got shellacked, man. Woo! It didn't go good. The Happy Warrior. That's what they used to call him.
Wow.
Bob, and then, who was the cat that ran with Kamala?
Oh.
Tim Walz.
Yes.
From Minnesota.
I was about to go, Doug.
Yeah.
That's her. That's her husband,
That's what we were talking about. Yeah.
Doug.
Yeah, that's Kamala. Oh, Kamala's going to be on MSNBC Monday. She's going to be interviewed by Rachel Maddow.
Oh.
If people had only voted for Kamala.
I mean.
Hey, let me ask you something, people. Why do you think people did not vote for Kamala? I'm curious. Go ahead. I'm listening.
She's a woman.
Yes.
And she's she's black and Indian.
Right.
Double whammy. Negative for a lot of people.
Right. A lot of people. A black, brown woman. Yeah. And now look where we are.
Cool.
And do you think that she genuinely lost the election? Because I don't. I think it was fixed.
No, I honestly believe
that she lost.
Yeah.
No, E.
You put a lot of faith in the American people. I guess I'm a little bit of a pessimist when it comes to the trusting everybody.
I think that you remember when Donald Trump, and this is old ground, and I bring it up every now and then because I don't think people bring it up enough. Well, maybe they do, but remember when Trump was running and all the things that he said. One time he was running and he was telling a crowd of folks, "You don't have to vote. We got all the votes we need."
Mm-hmm.
Why would you say something like that?
Because he's a weirdo loser.
Well, he is a weirdo loser. Granted, that's true. But then he also said, "Or you vote once and you never have to worry about voting again." And then he told people when the election started and there was early voting, and someone asked him, "So do you think that the election is going fairly?" "Oh yeah, it's going very fair." Mm-hmm. He never says anything like that if things aren't working out in his favor, ever. And he had all these tech bros, Peter Thiel and Elon Musk and all these cats that could fix an election. And then some mathematician, after he quote unquote won, said that it's almost mathematically impossible for him to have won all 7 swing states. That was almost mathematically impossible.
But it doesn't matter, right?
No.
It's the electoral college.
Yeah, but those were where the crucial votes were. That's what I mean.
I don't know how that works.
No, they know how it works, and they rigged it. And okay, anyway.
Because can't the U.S. the popular vote go against what the electoral college votes?
No.
I thought that's what happened, where it's like, oh well, the popular vote was this, but then the electoral college, and it was.
No, remember, because Hillary won the popular vote, but she didn't win the electoral college.
Well, that's what I mean.
Yeah.
Like, they can be different.
Right. But that's why they got to eliminate that electoral college, man. That thing is old.
Yeah, I don't know what.
Yeah.
I don't get it.
I don't get it either, man. Anyway, Iceland, huh?
Man, Iceland should pay us some kind of sponsoring fee for all this great Iceland talk.
Or if nothing else, at least
a trip.
Let you do the voiceover at the Iceland airport.
Oh, I mean, they have some Icelandic person.
Welcome to Iceland.
Yeah, because then they got to speak in Icelandic. I can't do that. I don't know Icelandic.
How's it sound?
I don't know.
Close to Swedish?
Yeah, it's a lot of like letters that don't look like letters.
Yeah, that's like Dutch sounds a little like German.
Mm.
Yeah, both harsh languages.
Yeah.
I remember I was in Holland. I did a show in Rotterdam.
Ooh.
Ach, black. I think this.
Goodness.
Yeah, I know. Sound like a condition.
Yeah.
Ach, black. I forgot what that means. Something not good or something.
You were at the Not Good Theater? What do you...
Well, my act. That was the review. How was Dwayne Kennedy's act?
No, come on now.
No, it was good. I'll tell you something crazy. And you know, the Dutch, Holland, they were the inventors of South Africa and apartheid.
Oh, cool. That's fun.
Yeah. So I did a show in Rotterdam called Raymond is Laat, which is Raymond is late.
Okay.
So it was hosted by this brother in Rotterdam in a TV show. They were talking, and like they did a bit where he's on stage and somebody would win the audience talking to the people in the audience. They were calling him the N-word.
Like casually? Just like, hey,
casually.
buddy.
Yeah, hey, N-word. So-and-so. Everybody laughed and laughed. The Dutch have this thing.
And hold on, and how did he... And he's just like, yes.
He laughed, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And I didn't know what to do.
I mean, they could have at least let you know.
Well,
a little heads up.
And I'll tell you, okay, I'm going to save the rest of that story for another time. But
we'll keep them at the edge of their seats.
Yeah. That was N-word tales with Dwayne Kennedy.
Oh no! I feel like there's a lot of those.
Oh man, yeah, you ain't kidding. More lately, right? How about that senator who just came out and declared, where was this at? That the United States is for white people. Where is that at? I'm going to find that.
What?
Yes.
I would love to know more of what he said.
The United States is for white people.
Okay. Sure.
Yeah.
By his standards.
By his standards.
It's
Yes.
not even his to begin with.
No. Right. You know, that is just indicative of the psychosis. You come and steal a place.
Mm-hmm.
Now it's yours. Now everybody else is a interloper. Come on. Come on, man. Where was that at? Oh, here it is.
Where's does it say where they're from?
The senator, he's from New Bigot, Connecticut. No, I don't know.
I was gonna say, like, wow, aptly. He's really digging in on the place where he's from. By the way, not to derail this, but another I love Dwayne Kennedy.
Oh, for real?
Text. Mm-hmm.
Man, that money is paying off. That's $24 I got to shell out.
Yeah, I hope are you cash or Venmo? What do you?
Venmo, Zelle.
Oh, okay.
I'm
Yeah.
old school.
Yeah, sure.
I'm old new school. Oh no, I'm even older school. Just IOU.
Oh,
just a note. Where is that at, man? I wanted to find that because it was really crazy. I mean, it's all crazy, and it's something that you don't know. Oh, we got a break. Anyway,
Yeah.
I'm gonna search for that.
Let's do that, and then we'll find it.
Okay. Come on back, ladies and gentlemen, as I search for things. You listen to the WCPT Heartland Signal and also 1150 KKNW in Seattle and also KTNF AM 950 Minnesota.
The Hal Sparks radio program.
We wouldn't even have Tesla if it wasn't for Barack Obama. Obama insisted that there be funding for electric car companies in the rescue package in 2009. And Tesla was the single biggest beneficiary of it because they were further ahead, because Elon Musk had bought Tesla as a company outright and was pretending to run it, as he does right now.
Hal Sparks, Saturdays from 11 to 1 on WCPT 820, Chicago's Progressive Talk.
Here's a tale of Becky. Didn't know what to do with new meds prescribed and no real cost clue.
She squinted at prices, that can't be right. Then tapped GoodRx and saw the light.
She can get a deal. Book telehealth if she feels.
Learn about those meds without any stress. That one little app does all the rest. Even my horse downloaded it. Dang, save time and money on prescriptions.
Check GoodRx. GoodRx is not insurance.
Allstate's new home insurance is now better than ever. We're making getting the right home insurance that's right for you super easy with our improved online quoting tool. It explains how each coverage option works for you without the headache. Yep, you can start protecting your home in a matter of minutes. So check Allstate first for home insurance that's better than ever. You're in good hands with Allstate.
Savings vary. Coverage subject to terms, qualifications, and availability. Allstate North American Insurance Company and affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
The impact of a meal goes well beyond feeding our bodies, because feeling full can sound like this.
How did the interview go? I did it! I got the job! I can't believe it!
And like this.
Mom, I got first place at the science fair with my volcano project.
That's amazing, sweetie. Congratulations.
Because when people are fed, futures are nourished, and everyone deserves to live a full life. Join the movement to end hunger at feedingamerica.org/act now. Brought to you by Feeding America and the Ad Council.
Hey Google, play WCPT.
Streaming Chicago's Progressive Talk from TuneIn.
No detours, no distractions. Just bold ideas and real talk. This is Driving It Home with Patti Vasquez.
All right, everybody. Man, we were searching. Welcome back to Driving It Home with Patti Vasquez. I'm Dwayne Kennedy, sitting in with me.
Esmeralda Leon.
And
Lady B.
Oh, thank you.
I'm sorry, I'm multitasking.
Yeah, Lady B is doing everything. She's on the board. She's on the faders. She's on the
phones,
on the
research.
You know what I mean? Making sandwiches.
Yeah.
Just everything.
Delicious sandwiches, by the way.
Yeah. But yeah, so we were talking about this senator. What's this person?
Eric Schmidt.
Eric Schmidt. Mm-hmm. Yeah, from Missouri.
From Missouri.
Missouri. Right. When you're talking like that, you're from Missouri. You're from Missouri. Oh my God. So this is what he had to say. We're gonna.
Roland Martin was commenting on this.
Okay, Roland Martin was commenting on this. So check this out. Because man, this is like
Rebecca. The point that I keep making, that people have to understand here, is that we cannot walk away from the reality of whiteness, of white nationalism. It's in our faces. These people have made these comments, and they're serving in Trump's administration. The Proud Boys said, "We don't need to march anymore. We're now on the inside." This is what we're dealing with. That speech by Schmidt, that was pure white supremacy. And when he was saying us, this is ours, he said it. He said it. It wasn't meant for anybody else.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah. Now, did you hear his speech?
Of Eric Schmidt?
Yes, of Eric Schmidt.
No.
I have it.
But from what I hear, it
is
not great.
It's not. But here's the thing. You know that's how white folks, in the main, not every single white person, but have felt, and he's just, articulating that.
Right, and these are the things where I'm just like,
yeah,
not really surprised.
No, no, and in some way, not that you were. Is it a respect? It's like, you know what? At least you're being upfront and honest. At least I know what I'm dealing with.
Exactly.
Rather than somebody smiling in your face. I don't know. What are we going to do? We've got to create these changes, and you're full of crap.
Yeah, and well, that's the change that's been happening is that before people didn't say it out loud.
No,
they're saying the quiet thing out loud now.
Right.
So.
Right.
And we don't, the whole thing where up north, people are racist.
Right.
But they don't talk about it.
Right.
But in the South, they will straight to your face.
Right.
Say it.
Right.
So it's like, which is better? What do you prefer?
What sort of racism? How do you like your racism? Candy coated?
Yeah.
Or just salty with nuts? So the maggots and the Trumpers have let people get in touch with their inner bigot.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And they're not apologetic in any way.
No. So, and you know what? Okay. But just now you know what you're up against. You know what you're dealing with. So in some sense, all right, appreciate you. Now I know what I got to do.
Or not.
Or not do.
Or not appreciate.
Well, not, you know what I mean. Yeah, you know what I mean. Yeah. Not in the true sense,
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the thing that is, it's very sad is the fact that man is a senator.
Yeah. Well,
and they're the one, and and all of them saying all these things, because I feel like it's different when it's just, John down the street.
Right. When it's just one singular
some
bigot.
dude.
Yeah.
A few dudes, but they don't have any kind of power, really.
Right.
But when it's senators and House of Representatives and they're in charge of this, in charge of that.
Or presidents.
Yeah, or presidents.
Yeah.
That's where it's like, cool.
Right.
I guess we don't count, huh?
Right.
Great.
Remember, I always say that it used to be a cat like Donald Trump was just somebody you'd encounter at a party or in a bar, but you'd say, you know what, at least I get to leave this bar or this party. Don't have to worry about him anymore. Now that person that was at the party or the bar is the president. Yeah.
Yeah. And that's why if you want to run for something, do it.
Yes. And that's why they have to change things from customs and traditions and norms to laws. There should be a law that you have to reveal your tax form before you run for president. There should be a law that you have to take a psych exam. If a cop has to take a psych exam, why does a person who has his finger on the nuclear button have to take a psych exam?
Yeah.
That's at the very least. Come on.
Yeah. And,
know?
well, I agree, but how can it be
enforced?
No, not enforced, but that they don't skirt their way around it somehow. Because the stuff with Trump and his health, you know, he has his own doctor who's like, oh yeah, he's the healthy as a horse. And it's like,
No. He's something like a horse. I wouldn't say healthy.
Right.
Yeah. This is the thing that always, it intrigues me and it astounds me. How do these people who were once either indifferent to Trump or adamantly opposed to Trump, like J.D. Vance, who called him a Nazi, then fall under his spell? That's why I was thinking.
Well, it wasn't. It's not that they fell under his spell. It's that this is the way it's going. And if you want some power, you're going to attach yourself to it.
Yeah, that's it.
And if you have no, I'm not going to say morals, but if you don't have like any kind of fortitude of yourself and your being, you're just going to be like, okay, and go play along.
Right. If you are unprincipled, no ethics.
Exactly.
Yeah, no convictions.
Exactly.
Yeah,
I mean, look at, J.D. Vance, look at Ted Cruz. That loser.
Yeah. All of them. Like you said, Marco Rubio, like you said, he looked miserable, but it's like, this is what I have to do to achieve and be close to power. Look where my cravenness has gotten me.
Yeah.
And
Trump said awful things about Ted Cruz's wife. Raphael, I'm sorry. Raphael.
Yes. And he said, okay.
And he was fine with it.
Yeah.
Like, how?
Yeah. And that's when people, I even hate when I hear some news pundit say, this so-and-so, Senator so embarrassed himself. They're not embarrassed.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like they would say, this person embarrassed himself instead so-and-so. They don't care.
Yeah. Everything that, when they try to cover things up and they try to spin it in some way, I'm like, you're not embarrassed by what you said? No, of course not. Why would they be?
No, that's the joys of being a psychopath.
Yeah.
Woo! Once I became a psychopath, I relaxed.
Yeah. Oh, you don't got to really think about stuff.
No.
Nothing bothers you.
No.
You're just a psychopath. You agree with everything that they say.
Once I became impervious to the consequences, man, where are we at? Oh, got 2 minutes. We have any callers?
We don't.
All right.
Yeah.
That's good.
Do you want to, someone said that,
play a game called Guess Who's Leaving the Country?
Well, someone, actually, they pointed out that in Iceland, their immigration policies are really tough.
Oh, okay.
So even if we wanted to, we can only visit.
That's like Canada, and people would always say that was always the go-to. Things get too thick, I'm going to Canada. It takes some doing to get in Canada. You can't just...
Most places, they don't. They're like, why do you want to come here?
Right.
What are you going to do to help us?
Right. So what's left? Things get too deep. I'm going to Fort Wayne.
Indiana?
Yeah.
That will be,
They'll never find me there.
That's going to be the place of asylum for everyone.
I wanted to check out some countries in Africa, but I don't know. There's a lot of some African countries that, being black, I think you can trace your lineage to how does it work? Back United States all the way to your people.
Yeah.
They'll just welcome you.
Yeah.
Come on in.
You can get like a dual citizenship.
Yeah.
I've been thinking about doing it for Mexico.
Yeah.
So then I have a Mexican passport and I can skedaddle my way over.
I'm out. Right. Shoot. What about you, Lady B? You ever thought about out of here?
What I did thought about Canada.
Yeah.
But then it's too cold. So
It's too cold here.
So I'll go back to my little island, Puerto Rico.
Well, there you go.
Okay, Puerto Rico.
But then you're still under the U.S.
I know.
I know. That's another thing. Statehood for Puerto Rico? I mean, not statehood, or it's just independence for Puerto Rico.
It is Commonwealth.
Commonwealth. But I'm saying
No, he
Puerto
wants.
Rico-
Should it be?
Yeah, you think. Like Hawaii. You ever been to Hawaii?
No.
It's like, I mean, when you go there, you fly there, on the way, they have you filling out a form, like, I'm not bringing in all these things.
Yeah, you can't. I mean, yeah, it's a fragile ecosystem there.
But the thing is, they've co-opted everything, a paradise where everything once grew. They took everything out, and then they have to buy everything.
Per usual.
Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, I guess the moral of this show is the white man is tricky. Anywho, thank you for listening. Thank you all for calling in. And we'd like to thank WCPT Heartland Signal, 1150 KKNW in Seattle, and KTNF AM 950. Thank you, Patty. We'll see you next time.
Greece is cheap.
But the airfare costs a fortune.
Paris?
Not much closer, and again, airfare...
What about Puerto Vallarta?
Let's face it, flying anywhere is just too expensive.
Wait, what's this? Low-cost airlines.
With one call to low-cost airlines, you'll drastically slash your travel costs. We're talking insanely low airline prices to any of your favorite destinations. Where would you like to go? London, Rome, Costa Rica, Australia?
Wow, that's cheap.
So why wait? Call now to learn how crazy cheap it is to fly anywhere in the U.S. or international. Our prices are so low, we can't publish them. The only way to get them is to call to instantly hear the most amazing best deals on airline travel. It's that easy. So call now and start packing.
800-708-3091. 800-708-3091. 800-708-3091. That's 800-708-3091.
If you want thick, healthy, and gorgeous hair, then you need Hair Volume from New Nordic. Available online at Amazon and newnordicusa.com or in the hair care aisle at your local CVS.
This is Chicago's Progressive Talk, 820 AM, WCPT Willow Springs, and online at WCPT820.com, where facts matter.
Choose Views with Richard Chew.
Right now, what we definitely have to agree on is that we have to stay connected and we have to fight forward together. My life's work has proven to me, beyond a shadow of a doubt, that when we do come together and we fight together to move forward rather than fighting against each other, that we get stuff done. And it sticks and it's lasting.
Richard Chew, weekday mornings at 6 on WCPT 820.
Teachers are dynamic leaders, shaping a new generation. They bring a variety of perspectives from diverse backgrounds, innovating how they teach to prepare students for our fast-changing world. Achieving this takes skill and expertise. They're tireless explorers, creatively discovering a universe of solutions, telling stories, experimenting, inspiring, mentoring, connecting cultures, and connecting with each other. Leading by example. Experience the unique joy of helping students thrive. Teaching is a journey that shapes lives. Are you ready to begin? Explore teaching at teach.org, a campaign supported by the U.S. Department of Education, teach.org, and 1 million teachers of color.
WCPT 820, Chicago's Progressive Talk, where facts matter.
It's time for the Rick Smith Show. Now, here is the voice of the working class, Rick Smith.
And welcome, brothers, sisters, working class heroes. This is the Rick Smith Show. Thanks so much for being here today on the big program. Lots to get to, lots to talk about. I'm guessing free speech. Free speech is dead. And the free speech people, they are going to be censoring dissent. Understand that everything that the right imagined Obama did is exactly what the Trump administration is going to be doing. This most recent campaign against media critics, nothing short of fascistic and dangerous. You now have the FCC chairman, this Brendan Carr, threatening Jimmy Kimmel, ABC, and Disney for, what was it, maliciously lying, and demanded an immediate suspension of Kimmel because he made remarks that were bad. And understand, the line between government and intimidation now have been completely wiped away. They've vanished. What Carr is doing is a direct threat to free speech. And with Carr boasting that the agency has a strong case and warning ABC and Disney, we can do this the easy way or the hard way, ABC caved and indefinitely suspended Jimmy Kimmel. But understand, all of the waves, he all but waives the power to crush ABC by taking away their broadcast license, demanding that we're going to see some changes. That means do what we say what we want, or we're going to crush you. This isn't government. This is mob tactic stuff. This is meant to chill and to kill dissent. And as we talked about the other day, Trump's leading the assault on media, because if you say something he doesn't like, he's gonna shout you down. He's gonna threaten you. Ultimately sue, like they did with the New York Times. Evidently, he was a little unhappy that they reported that Mark Burnett was the well-celebrated producer. Mark Burnett was the real architect behind Trump's success on The Apprentice, and that made Donnie angry. And now he complains that this is maliciously peddling narrative. You go, no, the guy found you. The guy engineered this program. But the New York Times didn't lie when they talked about your business legacy. And now he wants $15 billion because, well, they evidently, he claims they've attacked his status as some kind of self-made icon. And understand, Trump's actions, using lawsuits to punish journalists who tell, well, inconvenient truths, and pulling regulatory triggers whenever media coverage wounds his bruised ego, these are classic authoritarian tools. The message to networks is, to newspapers, to creators, to anyone, the public, clear. You either toe the Trump line or face extinction. Not democracy. This isn't what democracy looks like. This is what unchecked fascistic power looks like. You know, I wrote a piece earlier in the year on my Substack page titled Fascism American Style. Welcome, because here we are. And with ABC pulling Jimmy Kimmel's show, suspending him indefinitely, this is corporate America, the corporate media waving the white flag. We are now fully accepting fascism. We are fully a fascist nation. You go, but what is fascist? Fascist is just the melding of corporate and government interests, the bundle of sticks. It's using corporations like government and government like corporations. It's what we're doing. And what did Jimmy Kimmel say that was so terrible, that was so out of bounds, that the FCC jumped in? Were there F-bombs? No. Kimmel simply said, we hit some new lows over the weekend with the MAGA gang desperately trying to characterize this kid who murdered Charlie Kirk as anything other than one of them, and doing everything they can to score political points from it. That's it. Now, look, I've said much worse. I think Kirk was a chaos merchant. I think the whole thing was staged gamesmanship, was billionaire fancy. I think this was all divide and conquer. That's much worse than saying, the crazies are spinning this to make the guy look like a tranny. Oh, wait a second. They did that. And in fact, they've gone even further. And what's interesting is what I've gotten from people, horrible, horrible stuff. I've been threatened. I've been put on notice. I've been told I'm being watched. And, well, much, much worse. They're gunning for me. We're coming for you. We're going to get you canceled. These are the free speech people. Remember, these are the free speech people. These are the people who's blank your feelings. These are the people who, oh, you're just not tough enough to have a free conversation. These are those people. These are the people who are going, hey, if you say something we don't like, we're going after you. Now remember, during the campaign, all they complained about was cancel culture. And yet, here they are, attempting to cancel anyone. So I guess where I'm going with this is, I had wanted to, as I said the other day, I'd wanted to put this aside. It's a horrible tragedy. I feel for Kirk's family. I feel for him. I don't think anyone should be murdered for their political views. But this is now, the battleground now is the legacy. The battleground is now, what are they going to slap his name all over? Will there be Kirk airports and libraries and philanthropic organizations who claim to care about children, even though all of his rhetoric was not very working class friendly? Is this where we're going? Want to hear your thoughts? Email me, rick@thericksmithshow.com. Going to take a quick break. When we come back, Alex Lawson from Social Security Works going to talk about some of his memories and some of the conversations he had with Charlie Kirk. Back after this.
We are AFGE, the American Federation of Government Employees. We represent 700,000 federal and D.C. government workers who are the vital threads of the fabric of American life. We support our nation's military. We take care of our nation's veterans. We protect our nation's borders. We respond to our nation's crises and natural disasters. We provide services to our nation's seniors. The American Federation of Government Employees. We work for America.
We are AFGE, the American Federation of Government Employees. We represent 700,000 federal and D.C. government workers who are the vital threads of the fabric of American life. We support our nation's military. We take care of our nation's veterans. We protect our nation's borders. We respond to our nation's crises and natural disasters. We provide services to our nation's seniors. The American Federation of Government Employees. We work for America.
Welcome back to the Rick Smith Show. Now, here is Rick Smith.
So attention-seeking Pennsylvania State Representative Russ Ding Dong Diamond, he claims he's got a piece of legislation all set, ready to go, that he's going to introduce, I guess, in the coming days. It's going to happen here in Pennsylvania's State House. He wants to establish an official state holiday to be observed on the first Monday of every August. He's going to label that Charlie Kirk Day. And the reality is, it didn't take him long, does it? Doesn't take these people long to get things moving in their direction. Because if nothing else, our government-hating Republican friends love to do is slapping their names all over stuff. And that of the people that they have canonized. And understand, it's going to get much worse. And here to share some thoughts on, who was Charlie Kirk? What should be the legacy of Charlie Kirk, the billionaire mouthpiece? That's why I've asked my good friend Alex Lawson to come share some thoughts. Alex is the executive director of Social Security Works. You can check out their website at socialsecurityworks.org. Alex, thanks for taking time for us.
Always my pleasure to join you on your show, Rick.
So are you surprised that you've got a Congress or state representative going, hey, we got to slap Charlie's name over things? I'll bet you there'll be a public school soon being named Charlie Kirk Public Elementary School.
You know, it never surprises me when politicians act like ghoulish, publicity-seeking narcissists that they are. So no, it doesn't shock me. I think they are also under pretty direct command to talk about anything other than the massive cuts to healthcare and Medicaid that they just passed. You have hospitals across Pennsylvania that are going to close, nursing homes across Pennsylvania that are going to close. Elected Republicans do not want to talk about that. So they are literally as ghoulishly as possible taking advantage of what they see as a moment to take people's eyes off of what's going on.
Well, that's that old saying, never let a good crisis go to waste. This for them is a good crisis because, he was somebody that a fraction of the population knew and now going to be canonized where everyone knows and everyone's going to be force-fed a whole bunch of cherry-picked quotes, almost, sent out like biblical passages. And this is where they're going to remake his legacy. And I watched a video of you and him debating, I think it was on Fox News or something, about Medicaid cuts and him being all in favor of it. And it made me go back and think, maybe we do have to. I had wanted to walk away from this, but maybe we do need to start talking about what his legacy is going to be and how he wanted to harm working people.
Yeah, first off, I condemn the violence, the murdering of a person. I condemn,
without question,
the murdering of lots of people in Gaza and the genocide that's happening right now. And I condemn the 51,000 deaths due to the loss of health care that the Republican cuts to Medicaid and healthcare will, to me, that's part is easy to be like, yes, this is all bad. So this is not about celebrating violence. It's condemning all of the violence equally or in proportion as well. And so I debated Charlie Kirk, and I have lots of opinions. He was funded by a billionaire to create a well-funded organization to push right-wing, billionaire-centric, anti-working class messaging on college campuses. And that's what he did. And he did that by debating, college kids who really didn't know what they're talking about. When he debated me on Fox News, I invite anyone to Google it. You can watch it. I soundly won. He had no actual depth past the talking points. And so when challenged, he didn't have anything there because that's what he did. He read talking points for a living. Right. And his legacy, I believe, should be the same legacy as any late billionaire whose goal was to destroy the working class in this country so the billionaires could take everything. He was part of that operation, very specifically funded by a billionaire. Turning Points USA didn't make money. Charlie Kirk became a multi-millionaire by working for the billionaires to steal money from poor and middle-class Americans and put it into the pockets of the billionaires. So that's how I will always remember him. I think that's fair.
No, it's fair. I go back to the old, the quote attributed to Jay Gould, the railroad magnate. I could easily pay half the working class to murder the other half. He's kind of the one that they paid to divide us. And it's it's sad. And look, I'm 100% with you. It's a tragedy. It's horrible. No one should be murdered for their opinions or their political stances. But also, we can't go back and rewrite the history and say this was a good guy for working people.
Yeah, he absolutely not. And I think the problem is that you have two things going on. The president, well, at least two. The president is deeply unpopular. The Republican agenda is deeply unpopular, and they do not want to release the Epstein list, right? There's one Republican vote that would force the discharge petition and release the Epstein list. And both of those are what the Republicans cannot allow the media to go back to. And then you have this horrible murder of a moderately high profile guy. He did not have the largest profile, right? He was not well known to many people. He was not known to many people. So they immediately, you could watch the corporate PR strategy here, right? Just out the gate before any facts are known, they're writing a narrative,
Right.
and then they're selling that narrative, and they're selling it as hard as possible because they don't want to talk about either the true legacy of what Turning Points USA will continue to be, which is literally an organization that pushes billionaire propaganda onto college campuses, funded by a billionaire to do that. Like they were like, hey, young people learn too much on college campuses. And once they learn the truth, then they actually, become more liberal. They don't become more liberal. They get more educated, Rick. And what happens.
Yeah, but in this case, the narrative that I'm getting from people is that, well, it's that higher education that's the problem. Exactly what you're talking about. We don't want our kids to have that kind of education because this kid came from a good, God-fearing Christian, gun nut religious background, very conservative background. One semester. It only took one semester, Alex, for him to go off to college. Now he's hooked up with a trans person, doing horrible things, writing bad things on bullets. It's all higher education's fault. It's not even the trans person's fault at this point because the trans person's actually going, I had nothing to do with it and I'll help you where I can. Got to find the boogeyman though.
And, the boogeyman is the man who took a rifle and sat on a roof and made himself famous. And I am not trying to make light or minimize anything. I just want to point out that, this is one murderer amongst many murders in this country. Same day, there was a school shooting, right? This country is awash in guns and violence and a culture of guns and violence. I won't ascribe any motive to the shooter until, it's really, really clear because there's now this other thing, this American motive, which is violence for fame, right? It's violence to be known. It might come out that, he was motivated by love. It was motivated by ideology. It's unclear to me. But I will just say the problem in this country is that we have too much violence, too many guns that are super easy to get to. Education is not a problem. Education is the solution to the problems that we face. The issue is if you're a billionaire who wants to make their money pouring poison into our waterways and exploiting workers, and then somebody hustles and scrambles and scrounges together and they learn the true history of this country, that working people built this country, and they learn the true way that business works, which is that labor provides all of the value. Everything comes from labor. They read Adam Smith and they're like, I thought this was the guy who, hated working class people. And they're like, it was a really boring book about making pins. And his conclusion is that labor creates all value, right? And when people realize that they've been lied to their entire lives by billionaires who are not interested in educating anyone, they're interested in separating people from their money and their power so that they can have both. And that's why the legacy, I think, of Turning Points USA, I think it's important to tell the true story, which is they're part of that. That's what they are.
Yeah, and look, as you talk about Adam Smith and the conclusion that actually was, as opposed to the one that the people are being sold, you can make the same argument about the Bible. The conclusion that Jesus made was love thy neighbor as thyself, take care of the sick and the hungry and the poor and the imprisoned and all of that. And yet the ideology that people like in the world that Kirk ran in, the antithesis of all of that. So let me ask you this, because, I had made the argument that, look, it's sad that Charlie Kirk has been murdered. I in no way, shape, or form condone that. I feel for his children. I feel for his family. I would want that for no one. but someone's going to take his place because there's a lot of money in this, and there are a lot of little Charlie Kirks out there. There are a lot of ankle biters out there who were trying to take his place while he was alive because there is so much money. Can this be one of the messages that comes out of this? That, look, the billionaires are spending an enormous amount of money on think tanks and front groups and all of these people out there promoting their poison. Can we talk about that?
I hope so, and I hope we can talk about why. Why are the billionaires spending all of this money? And you're like, because it's a really little bit of all of the money that they get from selling people the lie, right? Like, they're not stupid. I mean, some of them are, but they're not stupid as a class. If they make $1 billion by spending $10 million to push propaganda, that's an enormous profit, right? Like, people have magnitude issues, so they don't really understand, like that these billionaires aren't spending these hundreds of millions of dollars on propaganda networks for nothing. Yep. It's to make money.
Absolutely.
They make money off of it. So they take a teeny piece of their profits and they create a propaganda network that sells a false vision, false information. Like, you're saying, higher education is the problem, or, guns aren't the problem. God forbid that somebody in college learns that other countries exist, or that, the U.S. healthcare system is just can't figure it out because it's too hard of a problem. If at the moment people realize that there are other countries that are our peer nations that have de minimis, they have barely any gun violence at all because they don't have guns readily available, that people get health care when they get sick because they don't have billionaires profiting off of healthcare. And by the way, it's billionaires profiting off of guns. It's not about liberty. It's about billionaire gun manufacturers profiting off of the American system, exporting small arms around the world as well. So once people learn what it's all about, they realize it's a very simple story. The billionaires are robbing us of our money, of our health, of our well-being, of our peace, of our joy, all so that they can try to fill this emptiness that they have where their soul should be, by going and buying another golden helicopter or whatever it is that they do. And I do believe that there is great forgiveness to be had in this world, in this existence. But somebody does need to have a reckoning. They actually have to understand, if I'm on that side of the billionaires, I am profiting off of the harm, death, and destruction of millions of people. And that, you brought up the number 1 and 2 most misunderstood books in the English language are the Bible, available in the English language, and Adam Smith. So it's very clear to me that the message of caring for the least of us, that caring for the sick, feeding the hungry, these are the values that made the Romans crucify Jesus. If he had said, get rich or die trying, the Romans would have been like, hell yeah, that's what we do. That's our thing. There would have been no problem. But it's because he came with a message that said, help the least among us. And so I do believe that it is important to have an honest debate about what's going on. And I truly do hope that people who are on the side of the billionaires ask for the forgiveness that they will be granted. They just have to ask for it.
All of this, that is my hope, that we will wake up to the reality that our billionaire class spends an awful lot of money on funding really smart people to dream up really bad ideas and even worse messaging. And I think Kirk was a part of that machine. Didn't want him to die or anyone else, but I'd like to see the machine go away. So last line of questioning I've got for you in this moment, while we're seeing a lot of social media being pumped our way, because there are a lot of front groups out there making money off of this, what should people be paying attention to? How would you, if you're guiding me into what I should be looking for, what am I looking for?
First of all, they're going to use this, they being the Trump administration, to silence people. They're going to try to scare people into being quiet. The most dangerous thing that people can do right now is to be quiet. Now is when solidarity is more important than ever. Now is the time that we need to stand up and say, no, we're not going to be scared by these threats from the White House, pretending that that there's some sort of ideological and that it's from the left, this violence, right? Political violence is by and large, the vast majority, from the right. That is just a fact. So don't be quiet. Don't be afraid. Understand that solidarity is more important right now than ever. And remember what they're trying to take our eyes off of. These two huge stories. Why are they not releasing the Epstein list? Why are they doing everything they can to prevent the release of the Epstein list? There's only one more Republican in the House votes for the discharge petition, and we get to learn what they are so terrified about becoming public. And the deeply unpopular cuts to our healthcare and Medicaid that will result in tens of thousands of people dying every year. And we should abhor those deaths just like we abhor the death of Charlie Kirk at the hands of what I believe to be a completely misguided, deranged assassin. One man who bears that responsibility is what it looks like to me right now.
There you go. Alex, I appreciate the time. As always, great stuff. Appreciate the time. Thank you.
Thanks, Rick.
Alex Lawson, Executive Director there of Social Security Works. Want to hear your thoughts. You agree with him? Should we be finding out where the money, follow the money? Where did it come from? And then maybe look at who the replacements are going to be, because it is really all about keeping us divided. Want to hear your thoughts. Rick at thericksmithshow.com. Right back.
Turn up the heat on every drive with a Porsche from the Porsche Exchange in Highland Park. Our tariff-free vehicles are available for immediate delivery, like the 2025 Porsche Cayenne. And right now, lease the 2025 Macan Electric for only $949 a month for 39 months. Don't miss out on the $7,500 EV tax credit ending September 30th. And grab your electric Porsche today at the Porsche Exchange in Highland Park or PorscheExchange.com. $4,929 to exact. Excludes tax, title, license, and document. No security deposit required. Expires 9/30/2025.
Medicaid and CHIP offer free or low-cost health coverage for children and teens. Hospital and doctor visits, prescriptions, shots, and more are covered. That's peace of mind for parents if a child is sick or gets injured. And parents may now be eligible for Medicaid too, even if they've applied in the past. Enrollment is always open. Visit insurekidsnow.gov or call 1-877-KIDS-NOW. Paid for by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services.
WCPT 820, Chicago's progressive talk, where facts matter.
Welcome back to the Rick Smith Show. Now, here is Rick Smith.
So, look, I go back to what I talked about a minute ago. You got a Pennsylvania State Representative in Russ Ding Dong Diamond who is... Look, attention seeker extraordinaire. I give the guy credit. He knows how to get attention. That's how he's in the State House and how he stayed there so long. So this, being as opportunistic as he is, this is right up his alley, going for a Charlie Kirk Day. And the weird thing is we're going to see a lot of this across the country. We're seeing schools having moments of silence. We're seeing pressure on the NFL to do more stuff. It's a lot. It seems like a lot. And the weird thing is most people, until this happened, till this tragedy happened, didn't know who he was. In fact, most people didn't agree with him. That's the other thing that gets me. Generation Lab just put out a poll that found that while he had really good name recognition on college campuses, about 70% of the student body disagreed with him. Only about 30% agreed. So there's going to be a lot of rewriting of history, and a lot of displays. We saw the president do the whole flag at half-mast thing, which is why I've asked my next guest to come share some thoughts on his organization, the Pennsylvania Legislative Black Caucus. They put out a statement expressing, disgust at the fact that the president directed states and everyone bearing a flag to lower it to half-mast. And here to share some thoughts on, the statement and what this all means, I've asked Napoleon Nelson to come share some thoughts. He's a representative in the Montgomery County, Pennsylvania area, chair of the Pennsylvania Legislative Black Caucus. Napoleon, thanks for taking time for us.
Absolute pleasure. Thank you so much for having us. I hate that we're doing it on this topic, but a pleasure to join you nonetheless.
So, a pretty harsh statement. The statement was, we must express our disgust regarding the decision by the president to direct American flags to be lowered. You went on to say the lowering of our flag, national flag, a sacred symbol of unity, mourning, and honored, should be reserved for those whose lives and legacies universally embody the values of justice, equity, and service to all people. Disgust seems like a harsh word.
Yeah, we actually think we pulled punches here. It might feel like a harsh word, but we had an awful lot of folks who were both incensed, enraged, and communities that have really been hurt by this. I will preface all of this by saying the Legislative Black Caucus is a, at this point, many decades old caucus of legislators in Harrisburg, state reps and state senators who represent Black and brown communities. And at this point, there are now 38 of us that we consider part of that caucus. And we had great conversation. We had really important and valuable feedback from folks, and hadn't said anything about lowering the flag. In fact, when Charlie Kirk was first assassinated, the first thoughts that we all had to wrestle with were ensuring our own safety and security, making sure that this wasn't a moment that continued to reverberate to us. But outside of that, once that moment, and I wouldn't say passed, but as we were wrestling with that, understanding all that Charlie Kirk and Turning Point and kind of his message has been to our communities, how insensitive he has been and unapologetically so, how just kind of brash he has been with his statements around just who doesn't belong in this nation, his belief of just the disparate impact that perhaps he would argue is due to Black and brown communities, and how.
But here's the thing, Napoleon. The reality is a lot of the messaging that I saw coming from him was directed at Black men. That they're coming after you. They're hunting people. It was a fairly violent message. So I'm not surprised that your first thought was, am I in danger because of this, because of retribution? Because we heard a lot of that rhetoric right after that. This is civil war. I know a lot in the trans community. We're ducking for cover because Absolutely. Of the fear that these folks who have been extremely violent over the years might be gunning for you. So I guess I'm not surprised by that.
No, I'm not surprised that. Unfortunately, that was the biggest challenge that we had to call out. Was we're not surprised that the president chose to lower the flag for this man and to honor his platform, because this has kind of been in keeping with what this horrific orange man Trump 2.0 has wanted to do. This is in keeping with where they are. It was just a couple days earlier that he formally declared the Department of Defense as now the Department of War, and know that we know where he's sending his Department of War, troops. He's sending troops into our communities, right? So this is for so many in minority spaces, for so many in Pennsylvania, for so many that I and the Legislative Black Caucus members represent, has been just another step in escalation of really what has been violence to that to our communities, and the lowering of the flag to me says that this is a moment that that administration will honor, and will probably use to motivate them going forward. And we've seen it.
Yeah.
We saw it. We heard it from the president immediately following the shooting. We heard it from many in that administration. Many in Washington said that this is it. This is war. We need to stomp these folks out. And then the very next thing we saw were threats and bomb threats, shutting down many of our historically Black colleges and universities across this country. Pennsylvania's got two of them right here. The first two HBCUs and first opened and first degree granting institutions are right here in Pennsylvania. And this is what is coming on the other side of the shooting of Charlie Kirk.
Yeah. No, but here's the thing.
The lower flags was offensive.
But this is who they are. And, as I said, at the beginning, you've got Russ Diamond, who, is an attention seeker. And look, all politicians to a degree are. I just think he's in a class on his own. But saw this as an opportunity to be in the club. And I think we're going to see a lot more of this, because I think conservatives, Republicans, I think they do a great job of marketing and slapping their names all over things. I don't think Democrats do such a great job of that, but this is another, for me, one of those opportunities for them to go, look, there's a crisis, and you never let a good crisis go to waste.
Correct. And you know what, though? I'm going to be the same way. I'm going to not let this crisis go to waste, because what this crisis is, the rest of our statement really called on us all to make sure we act. We need to not just call for the calming down of political violence. Political violence needs to stop. But we also need to understand that political violence, as I mentioned in the statement, doesn't just come from kind of the setting off of gunpowder. Political violence is what Black and brown communities have been going through from day 3 of this administration. Realistically, day 1. Listen, you're a wonderful, long storied labor leader. Just recently, the Supreme Court finally put the nail in the coffin in this administration's assault on labor rights and on the National Labor Relations Board. He did the same thing to the EEOC. He has been attacking communities who have said for long times that we have been under assault. They have declared war. And they have declared war in part by lowering the flag and saying, we're now coming full bore. And that's not okay.
No, to your point, your statement is very clear. You're right. We must grieve the tragic loss of life and simultaneously remain clear about the values we uphold as a nation. We must continue to engage in political discourse in all corners of the Commonwealth, while also standing firm in defense of those communities that are under siege. You write, political violence can be carried out by oppressive institutional action just as much as the ignition of gunpowder. And I think you're spot on, which is why my instinct was to, okay, we're going to put this aside. We got to get back to the business of making lives better for working people. But I fear this is going to be that issue, that tool that they're going to run in the midterms on to blind us away from the reality that their governance, they control the House, the Senate, the White House, many state houses, many governors' mansions across this country, and lives are not getting better. Policies are getting worse. Institutions are being destroyed. Democracy's under assault. There's a lot of bad here, and I wanted to get back to that, but I think this is going to be the blinder that allows them to continue to operate under the cover of this tragedy.
Yeah, it absolutely is, and you left out the court system. The Supreme Court is under just kind of the thumb of this administration as well. Again, listen, I'm not happy about anyone losing their life due to gun violence or anything else. I think there are many who knew Charlie and his family personally. They're young kids now without a father. I feel so bad for those families, and we know what that looks like in the Philadelphia region.
Look, Napoleon, I'm in a position where someone could take me out tomorrow if they wanted to. I could literally be Charlie Kirk. In fact, the emails that I'm getting from people, fairly ugly stuff in this moment, because I've had the audacity to go, sorry, I'm not going to put him up on that pedestal, because here's the other part that's frightening to me, and maybe you'll come along. there's going to be someone to replace him. There are people right now trying to vie to get into the billionaires' pockets that funded him. There are people right now, working to use this to their advantage to be the next chaos merchant who's able to make a buck off of this. And that to me is the bigger problem. This, because we're never going to talk about the billionaire money that made all of this possible.
Yeah, no, it is Charlie Kirk. It's bigger than Charlie Kirk. And I think that's what you're getting at. You're right. It is bigger than the man, as much of as a visionary as Russ Diamond would think and argue that he is. This is not just about one individual. This is not just about this moment. This is not just about this week. In fact, horrifically, Charlie Kirk seemed to outweigh another school shooting, not just the school shooting at the University of the Utah Valley University, but there was another school shooting just that day. This is the day before 9/11, and it seemed to overshadow just kind of our remembrance of 9/11. We've got to make sure that we are putting all of this in context, right? Exactly. And I think that was the other piece that we heard so much was when we put this in context, we've had there were Speaker of the House in Minnesota. She and her husband murdered, assassinated. This is a sitting elected official in the state house in Minnesota, and there was nothing. There was not a call to the governor. Yet someone who was not elected, who was a 31-year-old, who was working to organize folks with a rhetoric that was so divisive and a rhetoric that was so harmful to so many and so offensive to so many.
And meant to be. And
that's who we're going to lower the flag for?
Yeah, no, a chaos
it just
merchant.
Felt like
a chaos merchant. I mean, the reality is he made his name, he made his money, he made his fortune off of causing chaos. Not about making lives better. And in fact, many of the messages in the water, as we just talked about in the last segment, were about destroying institutions that help especially vulnerable communities. I look at the Medicaid cuts that just happened in this big nightmare bill that Trump signed recently. He was advocating for doing away with Medicaid and a lot of those things that help people. So, I know there's going to be a rewriting of history. I know that we're going to have to put him up on a pedestal, but let's at least be honest what he stood for.
Yeah, I'm not even sure that rewriting of history is going to go as smoothly as some would think. There are plenty of us around who are going to continue to understand, tell the history of this moment. And it's not just a moment. Again, it's not just a Charlie Kirk story.
Right.
That was so important for us as a caucus to make sure that we highlighted for everyone that this is not just about Charlie Kirk. This is about kind of the administration and the moment and the movement that he and so many others have gotten going here in the Commonwealth and across this nation. That is just harmful, dangerous, literally violent to so many who are just trying to help folks be able to send their kids to school and make sure that school is safe, trying to make sure that folks can get sick and then get well again. We're doing everything we can to make sure that we're being considerate of the least of these, right? It's odd that, we can't bring up those kind of biblical notions. That is the underpinning of the work that the folks, for example, in the Legislative Black Caucus are doing. But yet our version of good Christian work or good faith-based work or good work on behalf of those who need us most seems to be overshadowed by someone who doesn't even think that we should be here, who thinks that we're a whole bunch of just DEI elected officials doing, our little black jobs. And then we're going to lower the flag and honor him.
Yeah, but he didn't mean that,
as an
Napoleon.
American hero.
He didn't mean that. He didn't really. I'm told, didn't mean it. I'm told, didn't mean it. So,
good. Oh, good. Well, then I take back that statement.
Well, there it is.
I do not.
So let me ask you the last line of questioning I've got, because, the reality is I wish our billionaires, and I wish the Charlie Kirks of the world and the Fuentes and all the rest of them who are vying for attention, I wish they would put their energies, because they're talented, very talented people. I wish they would take their talents and their energies and put it in a direction to make lives better and to make conditions better and make this country truly, truly great. But I'm not seeing that. What I see, again, is it's mouthpieces for billionaires. So as a legislator, when you see something like Diamond coming forth with his legislation, is there an instinct to go, you know what, maybe we should have a day of remembrance for every child that's been killed going to school, or for every veteran that's died homeless on the street? Or, if we're really going to care about life, and I do, shouldn't we be talking about all of the lives that are lost, and maybe talking about how, instead of just symbolic gestures, we actually do something to make lives better, to save lives? Maybe shouldn't we do something like that?
Yeah. And maybe this is what we're not as good at. Maybe we should be putting out those resolutions like Russ Diamond. Instead, what we're trying to do is raise the minimum wage. And what we're trying to do is ensure that we have adequately funded schools, constitutionally adequately funded schools, and making sure that people can get to work, trying to keep our hospitals open even after, federal cuts, trying to make sure that folks who are hungry have food even after federal cuts. It's hard to do when apparently what we are supposed to be doing with our messaging is honoring those who are perhaps the most divisive among us. But what we're still dedicated to, perhaps as us, silly liberals, is just trying to help everyone in Pennsylvania make sure that they have what they need to pursue life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness in this nation.
Yeah, absolutely. Napoleon, I appreciate you taking time for us. Thank you for the stand your caucus has made, and I look forward to having you back again real soon.
Absolutely appreciate you.
Thanks so much. Napoleon Nelson, Pennsylvania State Representative. Want to hear your thoughts. Do you agree? Do you agree maybe this is going a bit too far? The opportunists are seeing their chance to get their name in the paper, like Russ Diamond? Want to hear your thoughts. Rick at thericksmithshow.com. Right back. I'm Rick Smith, and this is Labor History in 2. On this day in labor history, the year was 1895. That was the day that Booker T. Washington delivered what came to be known as the Atlanta Compromise speech, which outlined his vision for race relations and black labor in the South. Washington was the founder of the Tuskegee Normal and Industrial Institute, a college designed to train black students for careers in teaching, farming, and other trades. Washington was invited to give an address to the Cotton States and International Exposition in Atlanta. It was the first time that a black man was asked to speak before a black and white Southern audience. In his speech, he urged Southern landowners and business leaders to employ black labor over European immigrants. He said, quote, "To those of the white race who look to the incoming of those of foreign birth and strange tongue and habits for the prosperity of the South, were I permitted, I would repeat what I say to my own race. Cast down your bucket where you are." He continued, "Cast it down among those people who have, without strikes and labor wars, tilled your fields, cleared your forests, built your railroads and cities, and brought forth treasures from the bowels of the earth, and helped make possible this magnificent representation of the progress of the South." His speech outlined a plan for gradual black economic advancement. He declared, quote, "Agitation of questions of social equality is the extremist folly." Other black leaders, most notably W.E. Du Bois, rejected Booker T. Washington's idea of gradual advancement. Instead, Du Bois fought racial discrimination through the legal system and helped to found the National Association for the Advancement of Colored People, the NAACP. Labor History in 2 brought to you by the Illinois Labor History Society and The Rick Smith Show.
Welcome back to The Rick Smith Show. Now, here is Rick Smith.
So I got to tell you, I'm a little sickened by the fact that you've got a Pennsylvania state legislator who was saying we're gonna have Charlie Kirk Day, but yesterday here in the state that I live in the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania, 5 police officers were shot, 3 of them fatally killed, in York County, Pennsylvania, not too far south of where that legislator's district is. These officers were doing their job, serving a warrant. From what we know at this point, a domestic kind of situation, which are always the most deadly. Police have not released their names or the person responsible. That person's dead. Horribly tragic all around. But I don't see anybody rushing to take those officers and put them on a pedestal. I don't see anything to make a day for them or any of the other people who are killed in this country because we refuse to do anything about guns. And it's been my whole lifetime. This isn't new. You know, I was just talking with my son the other day, and we were talking about the Boomtown Rats song, I Hate Mondays. It's about a girl who shot up an elementary school in California, and when asked, why'd you do it? I don't like Mondays. Not new, just more frequent. And it's the easy accessibility of guns and the kind of guns available. But again, understand, and I've said this before, the left is never going to take anyone's guns away. They're not that organized. They're not that aggressive. They're not that on the same page. Maybe there's 1 or 2 that want to, but for the most part, probably not going to happen. Where the gun grabbers are going to come from, it's going to come from our fascist leaders. Because understand, the Trumps of the world, they're not comfortable with everyone having a gun. Because look, right now, this distraction from the Epstein files, because they were going to release everything. We were going to know. And you got the FBI director going, nothing to see. There's nothing here. Nothing. It was just the dead guy. Well, his base not believing it. The Rogan crowd not believing it. The Kirk crowd not believing it. Do you think, this is where my mind goes, do you think that Trump is going to be all that happy with people having guns? The answer is no. And again, the free speech people, the people who tell us how much they're the champions, the advocates, the guardians of free speech, they're the ones who are right now full tilt boogie censoring what should be a free speech moment. You may not like what people say about Charlie Kirk. You may not like what uncomfortable comments come out, but in a free society with free speech rights, you've got that right. As long as you're not defaming it. Now, this was someone who put himself in the political spotlight. Political issues are debatable, you fight over them. You argue over them. Are we really going to censor political speech? And even my red hat friends, are you comfortable with that? Because I know you've deluded yourself into believing that Obama did all of these things. Wasn't true. But you are going to see what an activist government is going to do. When corporations start bending the knee, and I had this interesting conversation with a friend who said, well, why don't these corporations just band together and fight back? Well, because the reality is government doesn't run out of time or money. The only institution that can restrain corporate greed, corporate power, is government. Of, for, and by, we the people, all kind of on the same page. Because you talk to people, red hat, blue hat, green hat, no hat, they're all somewhere in the same world of wanting to pull back on corporate power. And some may see Trump going after ABC as an assault on corporate power. No. This is just getting them in line. Know your place, ABC. Don't say bad things. Don't report anything we do. I have to tell you, and this is just one of those weird moments. As a show that's on a number of media outlets, how many of them start pulling back simply out of fear? the chilling effect that this will send across media is going to be enormous. But it's only going to be one-sided. This isn't bringing back the fairness doctrine. This isn't that. This is punishing one side. And then holding the favored side in check so they don't ever grow a conscience or a brain. This is where we're going. The propaganda stations, they're going to be fine. The propaganda networks, they're going to be golden. They're going to make more money than they could have ever imagined as long as they stay on script. As long as they stay in the good graces of dear leader. And the weird thing is, and I think it was Cory Booker when he was talking to Patel, said, look, your guy doesn't have the greatest track record for loyalty. Your guy throws people under the bus. The question is, who's next? So I want to hear your thoughts. Are you concerned? Are you seeing this attack on ABC, on the New York Times, on reporters? Are you seeing this as the authoritarian move that it is? Or is this, it's just Trump being Trump? He cares about us. Want to hear your thoughts? Rick at the RickSmithShow.com. Miss any portion of the program, grab the podcast. Wherever you get your favorite podcast, you'll find ours. And as always, thanks so much for being here. We'll see you back here next time.
You've been listening to The Rick Smith Show. Email Rick at rick@thericksmithshow.com. Until next time, this has been The Rick Smith Show, where working people come to talk.
WCPT will be broadcasting a live in-person Union Strong panel on Wednesday, October 15th from 3 to 5 p.m. And you're invited. Join me, Tom Hartman, and WCPT's morning host, Richard Chu, at the Ironworkers Local 63 Training Center in Broadview. Panelists include Paul Wendy from Ironworkers Local 63, Rob Fulton from Riggers Local 136, Cliff Horowitz from Horowitz & Associates, Andy Rico from IBEW Local 176, and Tom Villanova from Southland Friends of Labor. This event is proudly sponsored by Ironworkers Local 63, Riggers Local 136, Horowitz & Associates, IBEW Local 176, and Southland Friends of Labor. Wednesday, October 15th from 3 to 5 p.m., Ironworkers Local 63 Training Center, 2523 Lexington Street in Broadview. That's just off the 25th Street exit on the Eisenhower Expressway. All listeners must register to attend this free event at WCPT820.com. Just click on the banner.
From office supplies to IT essentials, Amazon Business provides tools that help you save costs and make insight-based decisions. Learn how to bring your visions to life at AmazonBusiness.com.
AP News, I'm Ben Thomas. Health Secretary Robert F. Kennedy Jr.'s hand-picked Vaccine Advisory Committee discussed the MMR vaccine today. Dr. Cody Meisner.
I think it's important to focus on the absolute importance of making sure that every child is vaccinated against not only measles, mumps, and varicella, but also rubella.
But the panel voted for new restrictions on the combination shot, advising it not be given before age 4, and that children instead get separate vaccines. Votes expected Friday on hepatitis B shots for newborns and COVID-19. Mark Sherman reports President Trump's taken his bid to oust Federal Reserve Governor Lisa Cook to the Supreme Court.
The administration is asking Chief Justice John Roberts for a temporary order that would immediately remove Cook from the board and a more lasting order from the court that would be in place while her legal case continues.
In Washington, D.C.'s local leaders have been defending their crime-fighting efforts to Congress amid President Trump's federal law enforcement surge. Ed Donahue on what they've been saying.
Council Chairman Phil Mendelson says Washington was a city under siege.
Additional law enforcement resources has been good.
House Oversight Committee Chair James Comer berated Mayor Muriel Bowser and other city officials.
These high crime rates are largely driven by historically high rates of juvenile crime, which were enabled by ultra-progressive, soft-on-crime policies enacted by the D.C. Council and supported by the D.C. Attorney General.
President Trump has touted the law enforcement surge as a resounding success in driving down the city's crime rate, an assertion Mayor Bowser has supported.
Any crime is too much crime, Mr. Crane, but we're trending in the right direction.
But data shows crime was already falling before the federal intervention. Ed Donahue, Washington.
NVIDIA announced a partnership with Intel that sparked a rally for tech stocks, driving the Dow, S&P, and the Nasdaq all to new closing highs. This is AP News. A tennis great has been discussing battles with drugs, alcohol, and cancer ahead of the release of his new book. Gethin Coolbaugh has a report.
The doctor said, no, you were very close to be dead, right? You're very lucky to be alive.
Bjorn Borg starts his new memoir, Heartbeats, with a story about being rushed to a Dutch hospital in the 1990s after overdosing on alcohol and drugs.
This decision, stupid decision, to be involved with this kind of thing, so really destroys you.
He said in a recent video interview with the Associated Press that he quit tennis at age 25 because he realized he no longer cared whether he won or lost. The 69-year-old Bjork's 292-page book will be released in the United States on September 23rd. The Swedish tennis great and 11-time Grand Slam champion closes the memoir by revealing that he was diagnosed with prostate cancer. I'm Gethin Coolbaugh.
There are more stories at apnews.com. I'm Ben Thomas. Thanks.
This is Chicago's Progressive Talk. AM 820 WCPT Willow Springs. AM 1240 WSBT Chicago. And streaming worldwide at WCPT820.com. Choose Views with Richard Chew.
If you are still supporting the GOP, the guardians of pedophiles, you have you no longer get any cover of like, okay, well, no. If you're still supporting the GOP as an individual voter, as well as an elected official, we're done with you. And that's how I believe we have to message to the public.
Richard Chew, weekday mornings at 6 on WCPT 820.
Are you looking for more in this world? Are you ready for something bigger? Then we are looking for you. The big-hearted, the bold, the messy and the gutsy. The teachers, the growers, the builders. The skilled, the sharers, the change makers. We need you. We are the Peace Corps. In more than 60 countries, we go all in and all out. We are volunteers, partners, communities, working together, living together, bringing our experience, passion, and joy to building a better world together. From tackling climate change in Mexico to keeping kids healthy in Kenya, from sustainable farming in the Philippines to education in Kosovo. We learn more, give more, share freely, and serve boldly. Are you ready to tackle the tough stuff? To go the distance to make a difference? Then we have a place where you belong. Join us at peacecorps.gov.
There are 1,000 ways to say it.
Nope. Knock it off. Shut it down. Dream on. No dice. Give it a rest. Not a chance.
Or just
all text. You focus on the road.
As a passenger, you have the power to prevent an accident. There are 1,000 ways to stop a distracted driver. Choose one.
A message from CTIA.
Doctors Without Borders is delivering life-saving medical care where it's needed most in communities around the world. From bandaging war-wounded patients in Sudan to providing clean drinking water in Haiti, we're in more than 70 countries worldwide, bringing patients from sick to recovering, from emergency to aid, from crisis to care. This life-saving care is made possible by a global movement of supporters like you. Thank you.
This is WCPT 820, where facts matter.
Welcome to the bar. It's political. Step up to the bar. Thinking critical. Don't think at the bar, whoever you are, the politics bar.
With Sean Smith, Pierce, and Jody Hamilton.
Jody!
John, you need to bite your tongue today.
I'm going to try really hard to bite my tongue today.
We both need to bite our respective tongues.
Yeah, I'm thinking of that line in Hamilton, you know, where he says, "You son of a." Mm-hmm. Yeah. Definitely, we are going to be talking about free speech issues today and First Amendment issues, and we have couple of the perfect people coming here in the bar tonight. Not only do we have the one and only John Fugelsang.
Best-selling author John Fugelsang.
Best-selling author John Fugelsang. But we also happen to have a longtime friend of mine. You actually may be more familiar with her than you think. Rebecca Pilar Buckwaller-Poza, RPBP, who beat Trump's sorry ass on the First Amendment issue when he tried to block her on Twitter during his first regime. And she took him to court along with the Knight Foundation and kicked his sorry ass. Yeah,
His
she's
long,
a lawyer.
orange, saggy, fat ass.
Exactly. Jody is right. So, yeah, Rebecca's coming in the bar. We are going to talk about all of this horse crap with Kimmel. By the way, when we mentioned the things that we were saying yesterday, that Brendan Carr was that we had agreed with him. Yeah, no. I do have one thing that I agree with Brendan Carr about, but I can't really say it on air. But he wouldn't like it anyway. So I'm sorry. Do not put me in a room with him. Only one person will walk out, and it won't be him. Just saying. Anywho, look, we do want to start on a positive note. So big thanks, by the way, to all of our broadcast affiliates who are out there and have their wonderful licenses, regardless of whether Mr. Carr likes it or not. WCPT AM 820 in Chicago, AM 950 in Minneapolis, St. Paul, the Detour Talk in Tennessee, and Progressive Voices Radio worldwide, wherever you happen to be. Georgia Now Radio, you are coming back soon. We'll get more details on that coming soon. By the way, thank you if you are listening on the podcast, wherever you happen to be, whatever podcast platform it is. Oh, Jody, we got a message, by the way, from Miranda via Instagram last night. She said, we're getting Christy the Nomads pushing ICE hiring during your show on Apple Podcasts. So I suppose if they want to throw money at us,
That's fine with me. We will still disparage them, but
oh God, yes,
fine. Give us some cash.
We will still say that Christy the Gnome is a small-minded little jerk because she is. And if they don't like it, well, they can always take their money elsewhere.
It's like people that hate listen.
Yeah,
Fine.
I suppose.
Bring us our ratings. Go.
I mean, hate advertising. I suppose that's a thing. If they want to hate advertise, so I suppose they could do that.
Yeah, and we have literally no control over what ads are placed in our shows.
None whatsoever. Absolutely.
Unless they're host read, we have control over what we read,
right?
But we have no control over what is placed in in your podcast player. We just have no control over that.
Sorry. ABC and their corporate affiliates, they have control, or at least they think they do. Yeah. So the big story. As we were in the bar last night, I kept wondering why people were playing clips of Kimmel.
I know.
And I was like, it's Kimmel. He says all kind of funny stuff, whatever. So Jimmy Kimmel, on Monday, came back from the weekend and
was brilliant.
Yeah, he was great. He didn't really say anything horrible. Here, for all the people who have yet to hear the comment that he made, this is the comment. Now remember, he was making kind of a slight comment. Nobody knew at that point anything about the shooter of Charlie Kirk. Remember, the first thing that we started hearing about that was Tuesday when we had a little bit more information. So it was all speculation. And Jimmy made kind of a glancing joke on that. But his real joke was aimed at Donald Trump. Which is what Dean Obeidallah said. And we put that in News on Tap today. Here, let me play this. Hang on.
We hit some new lows over the weekend with the MAGA gang desperately trying to characterize this kid who murdered Charlie Kirk as anything other than one of them and doing everything they can to score political points from it. In between the finger pointing, there was grieving. On Friday, the White House flew the flags at half-staff, which got some criticism. But on a human level, you can see how hard the president is taking this.
My condolences on the loss of your friend Charlie Kirk. May I ask, sir, personally, how are you holding up over the last day and a half, sir?
I think very good. And by the way, right there, you see all the trucks? They've just started construction of the new ballroom for the White House, which is something they've been trying to get, as you know, for about 150 years. And it's going to be a beauty.
Yes. He's at the fourth stage of grief, construction.
That's a funny line.
That's a great line. It's all that Jimmy Kimmel said. By the way, again, this is the most that he said about about Charlie Kirk. This is the most that he said.
We hit some new lows over the weekend with the MAGA gang desperately trying to characterize this kid who murdered Charlie Kirk as anything other than one of them and doing.
That's it.
That's it. He said nothing disparaging about Charlie Kirk. Zero.
Exactly. Jody is right. He said nothing disparaging about. What he said was that MAGA was trying to characterize the suspect who killed Charlie Kirk, who shot Charlie Kirk, as anything other than MAGA. That's it.
That's it. That's all he said.
All he said.
That's all he said. He made fun of Donald, and that's why Donald.
Exactly.
Well, the funny thing with Brendan Carr is, as we all know, he actually said the quiet part out loud on a podcast.
Oh, Brendan Carr said a whole lot of things, but we want to make sure to take you guys through this because the important thing is, first of all, Jimmy Kimmel said nothing wrong. Nothing wrong. You just heard it. Nothing wrong. But Donald Trump did, and so did FCC Chair Brendan Carr, because you cannot be in government and threaten to use the First Amendment or any other law and threaten a company or an individual, and then they do it, and then you say, oh, well, I had nothing to do with it. Here's what Donald Trump said August 6th in I believe it was a White House presser.
Do you think the hate Trump business model that's been in the entertainment business is going out of business because it's not popular with the American people?
Well, it hasn't worked.
Now, did you hear that?
I did.
Okay. Some people, for those of you who may have had bad radios, the idiot podcaster, not an actual journalist, that is in the press corps there, said, do you think the hate Trump business model that has been in the media for quite a while is going out of business because it doesn't work anymore? And Donald Trump, of course, says, yeah, I think it is.
And it hasn't worked really for a long time. And I would say pretty much from the beginning, Colbert has no talent. I mean, I could take anybody here. I could go outside in the beautiful streets and pick up a couple of people that do just as well or better. They get higher ratings than he did. He's got no talent. Fallon has no talent. Kimmel has no talent. They're next. They're going to be going. I hear they're going to be going.
Oh, I hear
they're going to be going.
Yeah. So then here's FCC Chair Brendan Carr on the podcast of right-wing podcaster and recipient of Russian money, Benny Johnson.
But frankly, when you see stuff like this, I mean, look, we can do this the easy way or the hard way.
Now, that's the first part of what he said. Remember, at this point yesterday, when Brendan Carr was saying this, Jimmy Kimmel still had his job. They were preparing for the evening show.
They were.
Guests were on their way to the studio.
They were.
Here's what else.
Sykes being one of them.
Exactly. Here's what else Brendan Carr had to say.
These companies can find ways to change conduct, to take action, frankly, on Kimmel. Or, there's going to be additional work for the FCC. Again, there's actions that we can take on licensed broadcasters. And frankly, I think that it's really sort of past time that a lot of these licensed broadcasters themselves push back on Comcast and Disney and say, listen, we are going to preempt. We are not going to run Kimmel anymore until you straighten this out, because we licensed broadcaster, are running the possibility of fines or license revocations from the FCC if we continue to run content that ends up being a pattern of news distortion. So,
okay. Any affiliate can always preempt anything that the networks give them.
Correct.
That's just a thing. They can always do that. Nobody's stopping them.
Our affiliates can do it too, and there's nothing wrong with that.
Exactly.
Right.
And that's their prerogative.
But here's the thing: the affiliates. Now, when we're talking about that, for those of you who may not understand, there are a couple of big companies. One of them is called Nexstar, and they own a whole bunch of TV stations. And they are trying to buy another group called Tegna, who buys another. They have a whole bunch of other TV stations. And then, of course, you have Sinclair. And as we all know, Sinclair is the Fox right-wing news. And when I say right-wing, I mean it because they're Nazis, and if they don't like it, they can change the way they are. So they're right-wing broadcasters, and they have the licenses of a lot of local stations. And Nexstar, while not nearly as far right as Sinclair, they're somewhat to the right still.
Well, and they want the merger to go through, so this firing of Jimmy Kimmel it's a bribe, like what Paramount
Jody
did.
Is right.
It's the same thing without money. It's the same thing without money.
And you cannot threaten him. What he did is he told them, well, you're under threats of these things, but if you do this type of thing. So Brendan Carr did this earlier. We have the stories that go with this in the news on tap today. So the cowardly Disney executives caved to FCC Chairman Brendan Carr, caved to his threats. Here's the thing. If you click on a couple of these stories, I believe the second one is from the Daily Beast, and it actually goes through the process. The ABC and Disney execs were in support of Kimmel.
Yeah.
Before this started, they were, and even through some of it, but then they got afraid because the Nexstar execs and the Sinclair execs said, well, Brendan Carr said, so if you don't do it, well, we're just going to preempt you.
Well, and that's why they didn't do a show last night, because it's not worth it for them to. I mean, I assume everybody got paid, but right. And that's my question about the suspension. Is it suspension with pay?
Well, it's a suspension. I mean, that's just it. We don't know whether it's a suspension with pay. We don't know. We have no idea what.
My neighbor does write for Jimmy Kimmel.
Oh, yeah. Well, you should ask if he got paid for that day.
Oh, no. Yesterday I was texting his wife going, F-A-B-C. F them, F them, F them, F them.
I'm 100% in agreement with you on that, Jody. Hey, look, one of our guests is coming in early because we this is the person that I absolutely want to talk about this because this is a First Amendment issue. And,
it is.
And, of course, when you're talking about First Amendment issues and kicking Trump's ass, what you really need is a fantastic lawyer who's done it before. And look, right here in the bar, we have our own Rebecca Buckbalzer-Posa.
Hey!
Hey, thank you so much for having me on. I am honored to be in such storied company.
Hey, it's great to have you here. So, honestly, okay, this when you first saw this coming down yesterday, this story coming down, did it give you flashbacks to 2018?
Yeah. I mean, I think I get flashbacks on a near daily basis, which doesn't make me alone, either domestically or internationally at this point.
Sadly, yes. For those people who, well, look, we're almost. Sorry.
You all right there, Sean?
Yeah,
Please
look,
don't die on me. I can't do the show without you.
I need another drink. Well, you and Rebecca could, but